Buddy, to the Get Wrecked LCS Week 7 of the Platinum Division. We're here in the Darken Conference, ready to go ham here. I'm here with my boy Vid. I'm Gundo, and we're going to bring you this great set of games. We got 3 on the day today, and for this first one, we're going to have PQ versus Pootie Tang Gang.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Gundo. I am here, I'm off work, I'm relaxed, and it's a beautiful Tuesday for some League of Legends. On the blue side, we have Team PQ. We got PQ Ganks in the top lane on Gnar, PQ Soul in the jungle on Udyr, Henny7 breaking the name in the mid laner on Vel'Koz, and then Aristotle and PQ Uham on that Tristana Braum bot lane.
Now for the red side over there for PTG, we got Crazy Mafia God up there in the top lane on the Camille, Dr. Wildly in the jungle on the Dr. Mundo, Tien in the mid lane playing Zillion and Plen, and Dr. Siggy Wiggy down there in the bot lane playing Kai'Sa plus Galio. That combo seems disgusting to play against.
Yeah, that combo seems pretty nasty. And then with the Bjergsen special, the Zillion in the mid lane, I'm looking forward to seeing Pootie Tang Gang like kind of unlock Plen here. They've got all of that peel with Dr. Siggy Wiggy. They've got Dr. Wildy as that beef tank in the front line. That's going to be pretty hard to get through considering, Tristana is very strong, but she really excels at bursting people down. And Dr. Mundo is anything but able to be bursted. And then, of course, Crazy Mafia God, kind of able to peel by keeping the carries away with the dive and the Hextech Ultimatum. It's a really awesome combo that they've got here on the 5-man, and I'm really interested to see what they do with it this game.
And PTG over there looking pretty good so far in this split. They haven't lost a game. They haven't dropped one just yet. So looking to continue that streak here while PQ trying to get back onto the table here. But we'll see which one of these teams has come out on top in this game so far. Honestly, the draft from the side of PQ over there looks pretty strong as well. The Udyr, a very strong champion. Crazy Mafia God getting a pretty decent trade against Ganks over here. So we'll see if he can do anything with that pressure early on. But that Gnar up there in the top lane, man, it's always annoying to see one of those. You can just bully out some of these melee matchups. And Vid, I think we're going to probably see that here by Ganks. We already saw him pushing in that wave earlier. Down there in the bot lane, just some action early on between that Galio and that Braum. They just want to get in there and brawl. So we'll see which one of these teams can, get on to an early advantage. But for now, it's looking like a pretty standard game. No shenanigans at the early levels, and we'll see which team decides to make the first play.
Yeah, this top lane here, Ganks versus Crazy Mafia God. There's a little bit of aggression here by Ganks, and he does have the XP advantage. He's also been stacking up these Grasp of the Undying stacks a ton, but he hasn't really been super successful in zoning Crazy Mafia God off of the wave. There's so many minions here, and now Crazy Mafia God just gets to kind of safely farm under turret here against this Gnar. Gnar does get a little bit of roam time, so it looks like he will secure that Scuttle Crab for PQ Soul, and just make sure that Udyr does get to go for that the full clear into the Scuttle Crab now that it has been sussed out a bit. Dr. Wildey, meanwhile, going for a much slower full clear because he is Dr. Mundo. You know, Udyr is very strong, and Crazy Mafia God, he is into a Gnar. He is into this ranged matchup, but he has been doing pretty well. He actually has himself a very small CS lead, and he's been managing to keep very close in the health. But with a gank coming from PQ Soul, that might change.
Yeah, here he is. A hook shot to get away and out to safety. So Crazy Mafia got sniffing that one out up there in the top lane. And something we didn't really point out here, Vid, is that he did opt in for that fleet footwork for some extra, a little bit of sustain against that Gnar. So I do like the little bit of rune optimization there to when you are playing against that ranged matchup. I don't know how well it's going to do in the team fights, but hold that dot because Dr. Wilder could be in a bad spot. He is getting quite low. Q Soul is just trying to look for that solo kill. Has to flash away. That's going to be the first blood going over to the side of the Udyr, though. PQ Soul on the board very early on. And we see the power of that Udyr pick coming out already at 4 minutes into this game. Crazy Mafia God could be in a bad spot as well. Has to flash away. The boulder toss comes out to try and secure the kill, but not going to be enough damage to take him out just yet. But again, man, PQ Soul getting real aggressive in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, PQ Soul going for it. I mean, he's an Udyr, and Mundo is surprisingly good at dueling early, just with the big ball of stats that he is. He's got so much damage on that E, but he was pretty low. PQ Soul is a very fast, very healthy clearer, and Crazy Mafia God may get caught here.
Oh, he might just get caught. He got lucked up. The hook shot not to get him over the wall. He is in a bad spot here. All three members from the side of PQ just ran him down. So PQ off to a very good start very early on. But the Mundo is down here on the bot side. PTG are trying to find something back. But him is just going to be able to just walk away. And that flash getting him to safety at the end of the day. So not bad from the side of PTG to try and look for the play. But it didn't really amount to anything down there.
Yeah, such a huge win for PQ here in this double map movement. We got Crazy Mafia God getting picked off right after Dr. Wildey lost his life in the jungle. So that's 2 quick kills for the top jungle duo here of PQ. And then meanwhile in the bot lane, Dr. Wildey came back to try and do something. They got that Siggy Wiggy flash forward. Yuham took a lot of damage, and he did burn both of his summoners, but with supports trading both summoners, you're going to go even to hand over a lot of, you're basically showing your jungler while the enemy jungler just got himself a kill. 2-0 now in favor of PQ, about 1,000 gold lead. They're doing really well, and it's starting to look good for PQ here. They've got lots of advantages, and Camille was trading really well against Gnar. I'm not sure if that's going to continue being the case now that she's gotten killed and handed over that kill gold.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that early power from that Udyr once again. We saw him get those 2 ganks off, just before the 5-minute mark there. Was just able to do so much. Now securing that second Scuttle Crab for himself. The Cloud Soul, or the Cloud Dragon, is available here. So it looks like PQ are just going to be able to go onto it. But again, the early power of this Udyr, there's a reason why we're seeing it picked so much in pro play. And it's just been so high priority around the world. So smart here from PQ to try and lock that one in early on. And we saw it already paying off for them in that advantage in the top lane, as well as that solo kill for himself against the Dr. Mundo there. So we'll see if PTG cannot bleed anymore, but they are trying to set up something up here on the top side. It is going to be a gank. Crazy Mafia God is going to use the hook shot to try and get in, but Dr. Siggy Wiggy is still only level 4, can't do much besides knock him up with that Justice Punch.
And not to mention PQ ganks getting the ultimate as he started to jump away there. That was just kind of the, could we do it? And absolutely no. Big red X over PQ ganks. You don't want to touch him right now in that 2v1, or even in the 2v1, because Crazy Mafia God doesn't have the Hextech ultimatum. He is much lower than PQ ganks is right now. And you've got a Sheen versus an Iron Spike Whip. That is going to favor the Gnar with the Iron Spike Whip every time. So it is Crazy Mafia God's just got to sit under turret turtle for a little bit and use that fleet footwork to keep himself healthy so that PQ ganks can't really force him out. You're just hoping to go even for the rest of lane, at least until you can actually duel this Gnar here.
Yeah, until you get enough items and enough stats into the belt, that Gnar is going to continue to push you in. So it's going to be up to Dr. Wildey and the rest of his team there on the side of PTG to try and influence that top matchup, because if You know, if your Camille's not a split push threat at around the 15-20 minute mark, there's not a whole lot you're going to be able to do once it comes to the later stages, because that means the Gnar has just outscaled you. So for now, Crazy Mafia bot could be in a bad spot. He just gets auto down. PQ Gang gets a solo kill there in the top lane, but down here in the bot side, we're seeing another bit of action go down. Dr. Siggy Wiggy gets locked up. Dr. Mundo is here to try and defend his support, but it's not going to be enough just yet. PTG could be finding the kills back onto one, so that's gonna be Soul finding the first kill, or getting killed first in this little skirmish, but Ham is gonna go down as well. Dr. Wildly trying to find these cleavers, find another one, throwing those championship trophies at Aristotle. He's gonna be able to go down as well. Dr. Wildly picks up that kill, so 3 to kill is a score. 3 to 3 is the skill board, the kill board up there, and the gold is dead even once again.
And that is a Dr. Mundo with ult. PQ Soul got Dr. Siggy Wiggy so low, but really good peel there. They were able to let this Galio get away, and he really didn't take all that much damage. And oh, watch out, Tien!
Oh, Tien! Oh, the Chrono Shift comes out. Not too much because he doesn't die, but overall, regardless, you're gonna get that cooldown off of Tien there in the mid lane. So again, just small advantages around the map for both of these teams, both just wanting to brawl it out, not really wanting to give the other team a huge advantage. And we saw PQ Soul just continue to brawl down there. I think he just got overzealous there, thought he was more tanky than he actually was, and ended up going down first.
Yeah, it's that whole Mundo's a really good brawler. I mean, when you can get him in his jungle when he's at like 300 health and doesn't have ult, you're in the clear. You can get that solo kill. The problem is when you are just an Udyr, you don't have your chem tank, you're really not doing that much damage, and both your support and your ADC have kind of dived on top of this low health Galio. That's when you're really in trouble, because you don't win the 1v1 against Dr. Mundo anymore, and then once Dr. Mundo's healing up, there's no Grievous Wounds obviously on the side of PQ yet. They just don't have the gold to spend yet. But Dr. Wildy, he basically ran down the next 2 members and found himself 2 kills, got one to Plen, and then Plen went ahead and got himself a turret plate. So as you said, gold is back to even here across the map. PTG bringing themselves back into this game, and although Crazy Mafia God is 0-2, he is in this losing matchup against Gnar, it's still looking really good for him, his team across the board.
Yeah, still looking pretty good so far. Not feeling too bad just yet. They are able to get some advantages around the map, but that Camille still is a little bit down in the dump. So for now, gonna be looking to scale up into the later stages of this game. But the Cloud Soul was secured during all that madness for PQ, so the Ocean Soul is going to be spawning up here soon. The Rift Herald is being started up by the Udyr here. PQ Soul wanting to look for that right now. Ganks does have the Mega Gnar right now. Is in a 1v2. Is he going to be looking for it? Dr. Wildly gets knocked into the wall with the Gnar. PQ Ganks is trying to find some extra damage, but he's just getting too low. He's not tanky enough just yet. Now gets shut down there by the Camille. That's a good bit of gold going back into the hands of Crazy Mafia God and PTG.
Pretty much a perfect execution there on that gank. Not only did they get in at the right time, communicating well for that, I thought that they were both going to get hit by the Gnar. I was holding my breath, and Crazy Mafia God beautifully buffering it, baiting it out. Dr. Wildy, he took one for the team and just got hit by it, but he didn't die. He barely took any damage, didn't have to use ult. So you've just traded ult for ult, got that 450 gold shutdown, and the Rift Herald does go down in favor of PQ Soul. So they do sacrifice that, but you're going to put this Camille back into the lane, back into the game. Maybe he can actually start dueling PQ ganks again, as long as he plays this smart. You're in a really good spot, once again, if you're this Camille.
Yeah, for sure. If you can, continue to scale up, get some more items, shut down that Gnar with the help of Dr. Wildly, once again, you can really just secure this lead. And now we're seeing the level difference that was earlier there for the side of ganks up there in the top lane for PQ is almost non-existent now. We saw Crazy Mafia God just ding the 9 there. The Rift Herald is going to be used in the mid lane, so they're going to draw the pressure over there. Soul and Henny 7 here are trying to just make the rotation over. The whole side of PQ is down towards this bot side of the pit, so we'll see which team is going to be able to get on top of it first. And it's looking like PTG are the first ones on the dragon there, so we'll see who decides to make the first play.
Yeah, watch the Zillion, because the Zillion is split here, so if they jump on him, this may go poorly.
Oh, there goes Crazy Mafia God hook-shotting in. Now he's trying to look for some more damage. I can't see anything else. There's going to be going ganks into the back line. Only finds an R onto 1. The hero's entrance is coming in now. They're trying to find some more damage. PQ ganks. He's going to be the first one to go down. Plen picks up the kill onto him. But on the side is the Zillion trying to find some extra bombs, trying to do something for his team, but he just hasn't had the impact just yet. does still have a flash available. Dr. Wily is on the side there, but here is Siggy trying to find a taunt onto him. The bombs come out. That is going to be Plan flying in with the killer instinct. Goes into the back line, picks up a second kill in this fight. Feeling real good on that Kai'Sa right now. Here comes Crazy Mafia God. Uses that Hex ultimate to stop PQ Soul from getting away. Dr. Wily and the rest of the side of PTG Dragon for themselves, and they win that team fight pretty handedly.
Yeah, PQ not looking great in that team fight. Pootie Gang just absolutely playing that team fight to their strengths. PQ, I mentioned the Zillion split off from the rest of the team. They didn't turn on him. Instead, they went right into the front line. Dr. Wildy was able to absorb so much damage, and even though they did also get a lot of damage off on Plen, that ADC didn't die. Not only then was PTG able to go even there in the beginning, but then the flash forward by Dr. Siggy to catch out Henny 7 allows for the killer instinct into that, and then Crazy Mafia God really redeeming himself from this bit of a rough early game. He comes in, jumps on PQ Soul, and just says, no, there is no way in hell that you're taking this dragon. We won this team fight. You're not going to steal something back. So a really good team fight win here for Pootie Gang. They're 2,000 gold in the lead. Crazy Mafia God, he's baiting, question mark, PQ Ganks.
Is he baiting, or is he getting baited here by ganks? Up here on the top side, Dr. Wiley is just throwing those cleavers at the poor little Gnar, but he is quite tanky right now at this stage in the game. And while Crazy Mafia God might have that Trinity Force already completed, he's still not winning this side lane just yet. So we'll see once she gets a couple more items if she can get some a little bit more pressure up there in that top side. But for now, that Gnar is still winning out, even though he is on 1v2 up there right now. But again, Vid, this is just turning into kind of PTG just making a huge comeback. They were down 2 kills at the very early stage, and now completely turning that reversal around. So now we're going to see Dr. Wiley look for the ganks. Cleavers are coming out. Will PQ ganks get caught out? Crazy Mafia God is quite low, so he cannot dive just yet. Dr. Wiley just looking for the solo kill, is able to flash on top of him, but Soul is here to try and find one back. Dr. Wiley staying alive barely, but he gets shut down by Soul up there in the top lane. So it's a 1-for-1 trade between these teams, but I think Soul gets the better of that one because that shutdown on the Dr. Mundo.
Yeah, the shutdown gold is big here. Dr. Wildy got a little bit too hyphy. Crazy Mafia God was super low. Even though he has managed to pull himself back into this game, he's on the same number of items, you know, Trinity Force to Stride Breaker. Stride Breaker, I think, is a much better item, especially for the ability of PQ Ganks to just kind of chip out Crazy Mafia God. You don't have all that much sustain when you're Camille. You do have the W, but and the fleet footwork, but you're still taking a lot of damage when PQ Ganks can keep getting grasp stacks off on you. So he does get so low that Dr. Wildy has to dive this on his own, and he does end up flashing forward as PQ Soul runs in. So he has no way to escape. He takes the tower shots, gives over that shutdown gold. This is, again, not going to be a great spot for Crazy Mafia God. We've seen that he continues to get pressured out, and that he's really just taking a lot of damage. But I want to see what he does, if he can just keep PQ Ganks in one place, if he's going to, I don't know, abandon ship and kind of go for Henny 7. I think whatever he does, as long as his team picks up the slack on the rest of the map, Dr. Wildy keeps making these plays that he has been. He's got that chem tank now, so he has a lot of the sticking power and ability to get on top of enemy champions that Dr. Mundo has kind of lacked up until this point in the itemization of League of Legends. And meanwhile, Plen just keeps scaling. He is pretty much even in CS. Tristana is still a very strong champion, but he doesn't have the Kraken Slayer that is going to be so important for him to actually fight against Plen. So I want to see what Galio does as well, because now Kai'Sa she can just safely farm, and with the bot lane going back, she can just catch these waves or shove them into the turret, depending on what she's feeling. Dragon coming up in a minute, and I want to see everyone hit these item breakpoints. I want to see just like the first real team fight of the game where everyone has their mythics and we can just see every champion unload on each other.
Yeah, we'll finally be able to see that full unload between these two guys, and Plen to be able to killer instinct into the back line is a little bit stronger than Aristotle and UHAM at this point. And if you have that Kai'Sa flying into the back line, Dr. Siggy can just follow you up with that hero's entrance. But I am really looking towards these junglers to start up these fights around these objectives, because they're really going to be the ones that have to do it. But here is a 4-man play on the bot side. Aristotle just going to get destroyed by these 4 members not wanting to give that Tristana even a chance to scale in this game. Doing it 20 seconds before the dragon, not a second too late here. Very smart from PTG to look for that play at that timing. Now Yuham could be in a bad spot here as well. Gets knocked around. The hook shot comes out, but it doesn't find Yuham, so gonna get away. But that's a lot of pressure over to this dragon, and now PQ are gonna have a really hard time trying to contest this dragon here.
However, 2 important team fighting ultimates burned on the side of Pootie Gang. It looks like this second Rift Herald will just take that first turret of the game, actually. It's been 18 minutes and only 1 turret has been taken. Although Rift Herald will get a second charge, so this may just be 2 turrets for Dragon. Yes, it will be, and Tien may have gotten himself
Tien.
picked.
Chrono Shift comes out to try and keep him alive, but there's not going to be anything just yet. Crazy Mafia about to get in a bad spot here. That winner's fight is locking him up now. That shutdown comes out over to the Camille, and Velkov finding that first kill. That's going to be a big Gnar in the back line. Dr. Wildly and Tien get knocked out. PQ Gang finds the first one, but now PQ Gang's going to be in a bad spot as well. That's a lot of damage coming out from the Velkov, but he can't do much else. The Tristana is here, but she is too weak, too little. Eric Slato's trying to find another one. Does find the first one, though, so he's going to be able to jump away, but Dr. Wildly, this man is too tanky. No healing reduction. He's going to be able to pick up another one. This man is on fire. The Dr. Mundo using his masochism to stay alive at the end of that fight, and that was just a big team fight win and a big macro play win from the side of Pootie Gang over there. They gave up the two towers there in the mid lane, but while that, you give away all that pressure there, you give away the entrances to your jungle, but now you secure the dragon and you just got a big influx of gold over there to your side, to your carries, and even to this Mundo, who's going to be very strong now, as no healing reduction has really been picked up for the side of PQ.
I find it deliciously ironic that no healing reduction has been picked up for PQ, not even an Ignite on any of their members, and meanwhile, Pootie Gang, Dr. Wildly's actually already got himself a Bramble Vest, so it's kind of funny to me that Mundo himself, you say if you can't, or I guess, you cover your weaknesses. You get your own Bramble Vest, and you're just going to intimidate them. But Dr. Wildly, 4-2 and 6, really strong here. He will have a full item when he finally decides to go back, and he will be able to match PQ Soul in the item numbers, and probably more. He's 20 CS ahead of his jungle counterpart, and this is Udyr, who clears so fast on his own. Meanwhile, look at the bot lane again, because Plen has finished his collector. He had the Q upgrade for that team fight, which is super crucial for a Kai'Sa in a team fight, especially when there weren't really that many minions around to soak up shots. He was able to do so much damage just onto champions. He took out PQ Yuham after jumping all the way into the backline, going a little bit Yuham himself, using that killer instinct, but then he's able to avoid getting knocked up by Henny7. He's able to continue to take down members of PQ, just knocking them down like dominoes, killing ganks, and now at 13-7, we've got a 1,500 gold lead, so actually a little bit less for Pootie Gang. All of that gold coming in from the towers, but with the second dragon and all of the gold being on the right places for Pootie Gang, it's probably a bigger effective gold lead, if you know what I mean, when it comes to team fights.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for the side of PQ to just try and take out Plant over there, as he is their strongest member right now. We'll see if they can get that done, but for now, PQ have just not been getting the better of these team fights. We saw it at the Dragon last time, and then we just saw it there in the mid lane, so it'll be very important for them to try and make something happen. But Dr. Wildly, he's just wailing on PQ Ham over here, throwing those cleavers, not wanting to give him a chance to get away at all, but not able to find anything here. Soul is now might get locked up here. There goes that whole step ultimatum, the hero's entrance as well. We've seen that combo too many times before, but here comes Plen into the back line, killer instinct. That's a lot of damage over the top of that though, with the Vel'Koz. The life form disintegration of Rage did not do much enough to kill them though, so Kai'Sa picks up another one. Dr. Wildly gets resurrected there by the Chrono Shift from Tien there. Now they're going to be able to get away and look for this Baron here, because PQ Soul is dead for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, 1-for-1 here with the jungler down for PQ is so in favor of Pootie Gang. And you saw how absolutely devastating PQ can be if they get their Wombo combo off. They've got that Gnar Braum Vel'Koz combo. It's not going to be up for this, and Gnar is actually not going to be able to go Mega, so this is a really bad spot for PQ. They have to basically just posture against Pootie Gang with Dr. Siggy Wiggy and Dr. Wildly kind of low here.
Yeah, they're flying into the backline, but XIV flies on top of Plant. It's not going to do any damage at all, and now there goes the AD carry for the side of PQ. They're trying to find some more damage, but here is Dr. Siggy tries to find something, goes down right now. Plen finds a second kill. Ganks picks up the kill onto the Galio, but overall, that's going to be 2 more members from the side of PQ just getting destroyed in that mid lane, or in that mid jungle there. So Plen going to have to run away here for PQ Soul. They are trying to continue this chase here, but there are just too many members that are still healthy from the side of PTG to try and even chase onto them. The Dragon is spawning here in 30 seconds there, and now that PQ has some pressure around this mid lane, they could very well look for it.
Yeah, this is a really good macro play by PQ. They knew that they were either going to give up the Baron or they were going to lose a couple of members. They end up taking a pretty good fight, and even though Crazy Mafia God teleports in and makes sure that Pootie Gang actually wins the fight itself, PQ manages to trade 2 for 1 and stop that Baron from going down, then continuing to chase because their members are fresh coming out of base. They're actually going to get priority on this Dragon, and Pootie Gang are coming in. They're going to fight for this.
Oh yeah, they want to fight. Valkyries over the wall using that life form disintegration right, finding a whole lot of damage. That's the first kill going back onto the Tristana. The second one, Braum picking up that onto Camille. That's going to be both members of the top jungle from the side of PTG going down already. PQ are just trying to make this fight happen. They're making it look so easy so far. That early pressure around this Dragon paid off completely. Now they pick up that Dragon. 2-2 is that drag score, and they're coming back easily in this game. We're never really down that much to begin with, and maybe PTG just got too big for the riches there, because now PQ are going to be able to walk over to this Baron here and very well look to pressure it and take it off the map here.
Yeah, Pootie Gang, they tried to force that Dragon 2v5 essentially, and the rest of Pootie Gang were not there in time. They tried to oh yeah, well if we can start this and delay the Dragon, maybe we can steal the Dragon away and maybe just lose 2 members. Instead, they lose 3 members. They give up the Dragon, and now they give up the Baron because Dr. Wildey has been dead. So this is a massive gold swing in favor of PQ. They're actually 1,000 ahead finally. This is something that we haven't seen since the very early game, but the game is deadlocked even now, and we're seeing both teams just hitting as good as they're getting.
Yeah, man, and this is turning out into a slug match. Both these guys do not want to go down. PQ and PTG playing out of their minds right now, not wanting to go down easily. We're seeing this team fight composition from the side of PTG, well, while it was good in the last few, but if they don't have that setup, if they don't have their carries there at the right time, they just get shut down completely. And we saw it happen there around that Dragon Pit. Dr. Mundo and Camille there, Crazy Mafia God, were not able to do a whole lot there. So it's going to be very important for them to, wait for the rest of their team. I think if they had just, given the Dragon and waited for the rest of the team to look for the fight, they could have very well won it. Look for the Baron here, but now PQ Soul having that Dragon and that Baron in their back pocket, feeling real good after that macro play that they had just made. So we'll see what they can do with this small win here in the mid game. They have the Baron, are going to be able to push here onto some of these towers. The Gnar still kind of unmatched in the side lane, so Ganks doing very well for the side of PQ so far in this game, getting early pressure in that side lane and even continuing that into the 25-minute mark here. So but we're seeing the Galio look for a play here, flashes in now, taunt it up is XIV. The Galio is here to find it. They find the pick onto one already. The Velka is down. PQ Soul could be going down as well. The hook shot comes out, does not find him just yet. They are going to use Hextech Ultimatum to continue to chase down. PQ Soul is going to get obliterated there by all 5 members, and now he's going to be looking for more. Crazy Mafia God finding that pick there with the Hextech Ultimatum, the rest of his team to back him up, and while they're down this Baron here, they're not afraid to make this play at all.
Yeah, that was such a good movement. Dr. Siggy sees that PQ Soul and Henny 7, the 2 guys who have no repositions, he sees them pretty much alone, just the 2 of them, but he jumps in, and there's so much dive on the side of PTG. You've got Crazy Mafia got to immediately jumped in, and now there's a dive on the top.
Dr. Wildey does not care at all. They're just running in. You're right, man. They don't care at all. They're just chasing them in. Tien is going to continue. They're diving the towers. They're trying to look for these kills. Yanks is finding the Gnar onto one so far. The Camille could be in a bad spot, but that's going to be Plen. Picking up another one. 9-0 and 5 is this Kai'Sa just popping off completely. That Kraken Slayer and Collector just doing tons of work for her so far. And yeah, Vid, they tried to dive the towers and they did it so easily. The side of PTG just playing unhinged right now. These guys, we saw them kind of throw that last fight when they didn't have the setup right. And this time they're all on the same page. They all chase down under the tower and they get that kill onto Ganks over there after finding those 2 early onto Henny 7 and Soul. So now having a lot of pressure, taking down that mid tier 1, are going to be able to back get some more items here. And we see a 10 stacked Magi's there for Tien in the mid lane. Feeling real good so far on the Zillion pick. Just able to support his team with move speed, with those chrono shifts, and not to mention those double bombs has been doing nasty amounts of damage.
Yeah, Tien, he is doing so well for a guy who's basically the only consistent magic damage on his team. He's got that 10-stack Mage Eyes. He's died one time in that early game, but he's doing so well. Meanwhile, Plen is just collecting all of the gold he possibly can. He's on 3 items more than anyone else in the game. He just bought a full Infinity Edge when he backed. That's how much gold he has. So this guy is an absolute monster, and the team comp here is set up perfectly to just enable him so hard. Tien's got that 3rd rank ultimate. He can chrono shift Plen before he jumps in with that killer instinct. We've got 40 seconds left on this dragon. Tien is going to have more than enough time to run back, especially with that time rune speed up. And now the gold really is still super close. Pootie Gang is only just under 1,000 gold ahead of PQ, and here at 28 minutes when people are buying their finishing their 3rd items, that's not all that much across the team, but it shows so much who this gold is on. The fact that it's all on Plen and all on Dr. Wildy here for the side of PTG, it makes their team fights, when they play them properly, their team fights are so much better than PQ's.
Yeah, we could see that here. Soul is here, but Dr. Wildy is trying to find the extra damage. Here is Tien. Not able to do anything just yet. Not able to find that double bomb to get stun him up just yet. But here's Plen starting up the dragon now. Side of PTG want to look for, but here's Crazy Mafia God. The Hero's Entrance going to be coming out on top. That's going to be 2 knocked up here from the side of PQ. But now Soul is in the backline fighting 3 by himself, not able to do anything. Tien picks up the first one. Vel'Koz on the other side picking up another. Tristana picking up that second one onto the Camille. So, wow, that top support diving the backline from the side of PTG looked good at the beginning. It just turned into a complete wipe from them so far. They lost 2 members, but now the 3 strongest members from the side of PTG are still here, still alive. Dr. Wildy is still very tanky, but the side of PQ are looking for this fight anyway. Dr. Wildy destroys NE7. That extra amount of AD he gets from his E is just doing so much work so far. Plen is now could be in a bad spot here. Gets knocked away there with that blast cone, so he's gonna get to safety here. But the side of PQ have this pressure around this dragon, are gonna be able to look for that soul point that they very much wanted. But it doesn't look like PTG are just gonna want to give it away for free. Dr. Wildy is here. The TP in from Tien over there on the side there. Ham could be in a bad spot here. Gets locked around. Those 2 time bombs missed though. Is going to be able to find something just now. He's going to get stunned there. Eric Sato is here on the other side, though. They are going to be able to find it so far. Tien will go down. Chrono Shift comes out to keep him alive. But here's Crazy Mafia. Got Eric Sato in a bad spot. Has to flash away. Soul over there running in, but not able to support his team at all there on the Udyr. But overall, the Dragon win and a couple more gold into the back pockets of PTG there. So feeling real good after that little bit of a skirmish there in that Dragon pit.
Teleport advantage was 100% the MVP of this extended team fight for Pootie Gang. I mean, you know what, Plen? We didn't see that. You broke my train of thought, man. Damn it. So
they mind controlled you, bro.
they lost the early team fight, actually. Crazy Mafia God and Dr. Siggy Wiggy comboed up. They jumped on top of Henny7 in the backline, but I mean the Camille, she's really built a split pushing build. She doesn't have all that much in team fight power, even if she can lock someone down, especially with the Galio in her pocket, but they just don't have the damage to get through Henny7. They can't kill him. Meanwhile, PQ Soul basically 1v3s in the backline. He does end up going down, but he buys enough time to kill for the rest of his team to kill both of the members of PTG that went into that backline. So with a man advantage, PTG has to fight a little bit. They don't lose any members as they run away, but they give up so much pressure. They take down Henny7 and seed pretty much the dragon. Then all of the teleports come up. Tien comes back. He's got that teleport. He jumps right into the fight. Actually solo zones off Ham, which I'm not sure who's actually more important in a fight there, but there's another team fight starting.
Here comes the combo once again. Hero's Entrance plus the XX Ultimatum, but Henny7 just obliterates Crazy Mafia. Got in the backline, goes Plen. He's in a 1v3. He's just spending so much damage down. Those Kaisa stacks are just doing so much work in the back line. Dr. Wildy, and the double bomb there from Tien. They lock up both members. Soul is going to be able to go down as well. Actually stay alive there. Dr. Wildy is still alive here, but the whole entire team from the side of PTG make that team fight happen. They lose 2 members, so it's a 3-for-2 right now, but games can be caught out as well. Dr. Wildy finding those cleavers, finding that extra bit of slows to go down on Soul. Soul could go down as well here. He's getting run down now by the Dr. Mundo. A little bit more damage to do it. Fails a flash as well. Oh no, PQ Soul. Now the side of PTG, Pootie Gang are going to be able to find this Baron here. look for it very easily. Only the Gnar is available for his team. PQ lose that fight, and it all started off the back of Crazy Mafia got and Dr. Siggy looking for that engage, and Plen flying straight into the back line with that killer instinct.
Yeah, Plen is the entire team's damage at this point. He's 10, 0, and 9. He's probably going to get his 4th item here. The Baron into all 5 members' pockets here for PTG. They are looking so good here. And the gold, again, it's 2,500 difference, but you would not be able to tell it by the caliber of these team fights. You've got Pootie Gang, who's just able to play these team fights. They'll sack 2 members easy if it means that Plen and Dr. Wildy can just absolutely run rampant through the rest of the team. PQ, they did what they could. Soul tried to give the enemy team the runaround for a while and keep them from getting onto Baron uncontested, but it wasn't able to succeed. Henny 7 immediately just Zanya'd and jumped out of that team fight, pretty much just gave his entire life just to keep Plen occupied for a second. Eric Stottle also dies in a similar fashion, and Plen takes everything they can throw at him. He's got his Runaan's Hurricane now. He's 1 item away from full build. He's stronger than anyone else on this damn map. And Pootie Gang, they're looking so good. They've got this Baron. Last time PQ wasn't able to actually get that much of an advantage with their Baron. They got 2 outer turrets that should have been down at this point of the game already. We got to see what Pootie Gang can do, if they can force a fight, if they can just siege this into an inhibitor. An inhibitor is really the goal here, with Dragon Soul coming up in a minute. We've got that split push Camille. We've got that 4-1. I'm looking forward to seeing what Pootie Gang do with this in the next minute and a half.
Yeah, hopefully they can use it to push into these, into the base of PQ over there. Because so far they haven't really been able to make a dent. But now that mid tier 2 is going to go down as well. Camille here on the side again. Vid, you mentioning that 4-1 here from the side of Pootie Gang here, able to do it very efficiently here with Camille. You can have Dr. Siggy just ult onto him if he's going to get caught out there to try and save his life. But it doesn't really look like they're going to need that. And Camille TPing in now as this dragon is spawning here in 30 seconds. The setup is going to be need to be there for PTG.
Yeah, a little bit of an early teleport here by Camille. I guess, you know, an abundance of caution, but Dr. Wildy just went back as well to reset. He actually got his 4th item, so he's going to be so tanky here. He's got, you know, 2 armor items, his mythic, and TN, you gotta, no, come back. Oh, wait, you've got teleport too. This is fine. This is fine. He's immediately going to teleport as well to that minion wave. But look at how they're setting up the fight. They're baiting PQ in.
It is going in there. The setup is here for the side of PTG. They're able to just set up around it so far. Yeah, waiting for them to walk into them. Dr. Wildy here on the side, able to find some cleavers, but just slow them up. Not too much else. Soul here is just setting up Dr. Wildy. The double bombs do come out. They do find the Dragon Soul. That's Infernal Soul over there to the side of PTG. Gonna be able to get a lot of damage. That's a 3-man top there from Dr. Siggy. Dr. Mafia God, excuse me, Crazy Mafia God able to find a lot of damage, but Plen is just untouched in the mid of that fight. Chen able to find those big bombs, and now he goes in the back line, finds a triple, make that just a complete team fight win there from the side of PTG, and now they're going to be able to run it down mid, get that Infernal Soul. They have the Baron still. Actually, they don't have it anymore, excuse me, but they make that fight look easy, and Vid, you couldn't have said it any better. They just waited for that setup. They waited for them to walk into them, and now they're going to be able to push onto these inhibitors, into this Nexus Towers, and end this game here. PTG going to continue their win streak. Do not want to drop a game even here against this game against PQ.
Pootie Gang, they know what they're about. They played so well to their win conditions in this mid and late game. They put all of their gold on Plen, and it paid off big time. I mean, Dr. Wildy and TN, those two absolutely had tons of gold as well, don't get me wrong, but look at that 14, 0, and 9 Kai'Sa, completely dominating everyone else. I am absolutely terrified to look at the gold graph and the damage graph of this game, because Pootie Gang, they had this like, you know, give Kai'Sa all of the tools she needs comp. They gave it to her, she took it, she ran with it, and a 36-minute even win here for Pootie Gang.
Yeah, making it look real clean at the later stages. They were down quite a bit in the early game, but making that nice comeback happen around the mid and late stages of the game, just outplaying their opponents in those skirmishes and in these team fights. So PTG feeling real good after this one. Gonna continue to 5-0 in this series, so looking real good on the side of the plat capped so far. And I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring come the later stages.
Yeah, the later stages, we're getting, well, I mean, we are in the later stages. We're getting into that playoffs race. And of course, Pootie Tang Gang, they've pretty much locked it. PQ also looking quite good at 3-2 now after this loss, but they're still a very strong team, and I don't doubt we'll be seeing them in playoffs. But we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be watching Team Fish Taco take on Rob. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here for our second game of the day. It's the Battle of the Titans racing to the bottom here. We've got Rob versus Team Fish Taco.
Yeah, our return of Bingo Squad over there on the blue side, Team Fish Taco over there on the red. Gonna be a good one today. Over there on return of Bingo Squad there, up in the top lane, we got XIV's Lamp. In the jungle, we got Echoed Voice. In the mid lane, Bad Cop 74. And then that's 80 carry plus support there. Carry Suda and Riot, Ari Panda over there for themselves.
Actually, it's Agent A2 this week. He subbed in.
Excuse me.
We've got an invade.
My stream might be a little bit dead here. It looks like a DC in a sec here.
Oh, there's already a first blood as Akrazel goes down and XIV's Lamp takes out Smurfed on as well. Damn, everything coming up Rob here. And I'm not sure what's up with the stream. Can you see it?
I'll be right back here, man. Just give me a second here.
All right. Well, an early engage, kind of the counter invade plus invade. We got to see whose level 1 was better, but Rob comes up absolutely winning this 2-0, both kills on the solo laners, so that's massive. But we didn't finish introing, so on the red side, it is Team Fish Taco. We've got Akraziel in the top lane on Shen, Smurfed on in the jungle on that horse, Jin McCain. Come on, guys, you gotta line up properly. We have Hentai Messiah. Oh, Jesus. I guess Hentai Jesus, but Hentai Messiah on the Yone and Jin McCain and Little Falcon in the bot lane on, of course, Jin and Vigar.
Yeah, Jin Vigar seems like kind of annoying down there in the bot lane. We didn't really get to finish introing these two teams. Jack's Lamp over there on the Yorick, so it's gonna be interesting to see that. It did get buffed a bit on this last patch, so we'll see if they can do some work on that champion. But echoed voice there for the Volibear. We've been seeing it rise a bit in priority. Bad Cop on the Anivia, very strong at team fighting, and then Karasuda and Agent A2 down there playing that. Ash Thresh very strong as well. They even dinged that level 2 first. Gonna get some early pressure down there on that bot side. But for now, both teams looking like they got the better, or excuse me, Return of Bingo Squad over there getting the much better of this early trade. Get up those 2 kills, get their solo laners ahead, and now gonna be able to pressure around the map with that. So we'll see if they can use that early advantage to turn it and continue snowballing this game. But it's gonna be up to the side of Team Fish Taco over here to stop them from continuing that snowball.
And I mean, Team Fish Taco, they really do scale well here. Not only do you have a Jin who does super well into this late game, but also, of course, the infinite scaling of Vigar. You're going to have to try and shut him down before anything happens.
Oh, the hook lands onto Little Falcon. He's going to have to go away in the end, but that Ashe is just running him down. The auto attack misses, but he's going to be able to get the kill. Karasuda picks up a kill down there on the bot side for his team. Now, Bad Cop here in the mid lane. Getting pushed in here by this Yone, so not feeling too good against Hentai Messiah just yet, but it's looking pretty decent there from both teams, able to get what they wanted there. Again, though, Team Fish Taco just not able to, get the better of these skirmishes, of these early, 1v1, 2v2 fights. So we saw it in the early game, them getting, collapsed on with that invade. And now up here on the top side, we could see Jack's Lamp finding the solo kill. Echoed voice here. He's going to flash in, able to find that kill. The first one goes over there to the side of TFT. Team Fish Taco able to get one, or excuse me, Bingo Squad able to get one back for themselves.
Yeah, Bingo Squad now at 4-0, and all 4 of their main members here have a kill. This is looking great for them already. That engage in the bot lane, Little Falcon, he comes out, he throws that Event Horizon. They're looking to just poke some damage out of Agent A2, but Little Falcon didn't have the heal, which is super crucial actually, because that's what ends up killing him. He doesn't have the heal because of that level 1 invade, and then Agent A2 hits a nasty hook on him. So they are able to just burst down this level 2 Vigar. You've got level 3s on both of the laners here for the Return of Bingo Squad, and then of course Jin McCain with his level 3. But overall, it is very much a Return of Bingo Squad favored game right now.
Yeah, we're seeing it up here. Jackson's Lamp, even though he took that little bit of a bad trade there, is still very far ahead of Akraziel here on this Shen. Shen, you usually pick it for the pressure he provides around cross-map plays and things like that. So we'll see if they can get out to the map and start doing stuff here. But right now, Return of Bingo Squad over here pushing into the bot side of TFT's jungle. So they're going to have to be pushed away from that. Dragon is spawning soon, so they might just look for that. But for now, the Yorick is taking a pretty bad trade against Akraziel.
Yeah, I mean, Shen really does have that really good early trading power. He's got those empowered auto attacks. He's got the Spirit's Refuge that allows him to just play against someone like a Yorick and absolutely beat him in just a bonk attack. But Jack Loves Lamp, he will very soon get much stronger. As soon as he gets that Maiden, it's gonna be a lot harder for Akraziel to actually get anything here. Once that split pushing power comes in, the game completely changes in favor of Jack Loves Lamp, and that's when we're going to start seeing the Stand United being used much more frequently as a kind of enabling tool for his team. And just more or less abandoning top lane or recruiting help, but bot lane fight.
Yeah, bot lane fight for sure. Jin McCain just getting auto down by Carry Suda, able to do so much with that lethal tempo. Those extra auto attacks from the Ashe coming in very handily there. And you know, the Ashe also very good into this composition. You get a lot of pick with that enchanted crystal arrow, not to mention you have a Thresh alongside you. So if one member gets CC'd here from the side of TFT, one of their members is definitely going to die. You just have so much CC down there in that bot lane, not to mention the follow-up there from the Volley Bear and Bad Cop there in the mid lane. So it's going to be very, very important that they layer their CC properly and not, you know, get ahead of themselves and use it too early when they are trying to pick somebody out. But so far, Return of Bingo Squad looking very good at the early stages. Are down bad right now at 0-4 at the very bottom of the standing. So looking for this win here, it is very important, as we were just talking about last game, as we're approaching these later weeks, getting towards this playoff picture. And if they can't really pick up these wins here against people in the similar spot again in the standings, they're not going to be able to do much in playoffs. So, or not even going to be able to get to playoffs. So it's going to be very important that they pick up these wins here. But for now, Return of Bingo Squad looking good at the 6-minute mark, at the 7-minute mark. About 2,000 gold in the lead, looking real good.
Yeah, you'd actually think that a 0-4 team would be out of playoffs contention, but I don't believe they are. Yeah. Oh, as there's an engage.
Oh. Yeah, that Fate Seal gonna go on to Bad Cop, but it's not gonna be the most just yet. Hentai Messiah almost goes down there, barely staying alive with that return there on his E. Just gets back to safety and able to walk it out, but that did not really go well. The Nivea still had egg, so if he went a little too far in, he could have very well died there, but it doesn't go down in the end. Hentai Messiah is just fine, and Bad Cop able to pick up that wave he was gonna lose under that tower if he did die. But again, Bingo Squad just able to do a lot of work so far in the early stages. They came in with a game plan, looked for that invade early on, able to get small advantages with that, and now this bot lane has just been very good at securing themselves objectives, getting that kill early on onto the Veigar and getting it very early pressure on, and that's kind of what you need to do with an Ashe in the early stages, as well as you know, kind of find these picks at the mid stages of the game. So it's going to be up to Carry Suda to try and look for these for his team. But for now, Bad Cop and Echoed Voice here are looking for the engage here. They are going to force the flash out of Hentai Messiah. So pretty good play out of the mid jungle duo there from Return of Bingo Squad.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Jack Loves Lamp, he's finally got his trading pattern down. He is going to get a very good trade. Doesn't even take a point of damage here against Craziel. And as I said, the game has kind of changed. Jack Loves Lamp now on the front foot. He's pushing in against the Shen. A lot of Shen's early dueling power does not translate much further. So Jack Loves Lamp is consistently pushing this guy in. He will take some damage under the turret here, but he has a corrupting potion. That's yeah. A lot of healing back with that corrupting potion. You do like to take it on the Yorick. You know, that the Mist Maiden, the Maiden does a whole lot of work for you once you do use her on a tower. So if a Craziel, I think you were pointing this out earlier, Vid, if he does decide to use that Stand United, he could very well lose just a whole tower against that Yorick. And that's kind of why you pick this champion. He really just does one thing, and that's split push. Yeah, if you're the Shen here, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. I mean, you're going to lose this lane. Jack Loves Lamp already has a 25 CS lead. Even with this little wave built up, that's still a ton extra in Jack Loves Lamp's pocket. He's not going to quite be able to just like shove it in with impunity yet, because he doesn't have that Maiden active, and Craziel does have the taunt available. But he's going to be able to shove in, walk away, just let Echoed Voice have this Rift Herald here. And even though Smurfdon does manage to solo out that dragon and get that first dragon priority for Team Fish Taco, I think we can still say this is a good trade in favor of Return of Bingo Squad. They're at 3k now. Jack Loves Lamp is taking this Rift Herald, and I don't think they want to take this top, because Jack Loves Lamp is going to be able to get this on his own anyways. I think they want to put that into the mid lane and just let Anivia have some of this gold and fight against Hentai Messiah. I mean, he's already trading really well.
Yeah, Bad Cow getting the better of that trade, honestly. And Hentai Messiah not able to find what he wanted. Did still have the Fate Shield available, but did not think he had enough kill pressure onto the Anivia there. So Carry Suda and Agent A2 so far have been doing pretty well for themselves. Hook has not come out just yet. It's going to fly down now onto Jin McCain. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow does find one. Carry Suda able to lock up Little Falcon, but they just were not in kill range. And now Agent A2 could be in a bad spot as well. Little Falcon finding a lot of damage, but Jin McCain getting traded on there by Carry Suda. Curtain call does come out. The shots are coming out as well. Agent A2 is going to get locked up here. One more shot will do it. Carry Suda pretending his support here. It is locked into that baby cage though, so the little Falcon could be in a bad spot as well. Those auto attacks from Carry Suda are doing a whole lot of work. The Q comes out to find that extra attack speed, but Carry Suda is in a bad spot. It does get flashed on. The flash for flash here. Crazy is going to be able to not stop Jackalove's lamp. His what's it called? His TP here, but now the Stand United is coming here on top of Jin McCain. A little bit more damage will do it, but that's going to be the blocking coming out there from the Shen W. A little bit more damage would have done it, but that it made him just healing back onto him. A Crazy picks up the kill onto Jackalove's lamp. That was a whole very long skirmish, and it ended up being a 2-for-2.
Yeah, that was very long, very messy, may I add. A lot of individual misplays here. Very, very interesting 2v2 at the beginning. Agent A2 lands a hook on Jin McCain, but the event horizon was up, so Karasuda actually walks, kind of double takes himself, walks around it twice, trying to find a good angle on Jin McCain, then uses the enchanted crystal arrow on the back end of it, and ends up stunning Little Falcon, but not getting enough damage. Agent A2 gets very low. All of the ults are burned. Eventually, they trade 1-for-1 there, losing Little Falcon and Karasuda as the teleport comes in from Jackalove's lamp. In the top lane, you saw a Craziel flash. You heard the flash thing, because I did too. And a Craziel, he tried to taunt flash and didn't actually taunt Jackalove's lamp, so he didn't stop the teleport. So then he had to stand united on top of Jin McCain. Then Jackalove's lamp gets Jin McCain. Then he dies as well because he canceled an auto attack by Jin McCain going out of vision. Very messy. At the end of the day, it's a 2-for-2, as you said. Return of Bingo Squad are 3,000 gold in the lead. They're not really in a better or worse spot than they were in the first place, but at least Bad Cop got 3 turret plates alongside Echoed Voice there in the mid lane.
Yeah, Echoed Voice able to use that Rip Tilt there to get him mid laner some extra money, extra cash in his back pocket. So feeling pretty good after that one. The Dragon is going to be spawning here in another minute, so it will be a while. We're not going to have that 23-minute Dragon spawn here for this game. So far, though, Return of Bingo Squad looking still very good in this game. Still have a decent amount of gold in their back pockets. You see that Trinity Force already completed there for Jackalove's lamp. So Crazy is going to be having a rough time up here on this top lane, even more than he was having before. So we'll see if Jackalove's lamp can get that side lane priority and side lane pressure there for his team. So far, he's been able to do it pretty well. And when you're playing this Yorick, this is kind of what you have to do. You have to start, getting some of these towers down, pressuring the top laner away, and not even giving him a chance to react to you. You see those Qs doing a lot of damage. That big shovel there from Jackalove's lamp just smacking down onto a Crazy that does have the TP, is not going to be able to, try to leave here because he will lose his tower. But Hentai Messiah has been looking for these trades consistently, but this one looked a little bit more in his favor this time.
Yeah, Jackalove's lamp, he doesn't manage to quite force a Craziel back. A Craziel does have a lot of healing from the potions, but Jackalove's lamp will get himself his first tower plate, surprisingly, with how dominant he's been. He's built himself almost a 40 CS lead.
Oh my, Hentai Messiah taking a lot of damage back from the Anivia. Almost gets down there in lethal range there, but Elixir of the Fate's Sealed completely whiffs it, and then Bad Cop just able to get away, not even having to use a summoner spell there. So feeling pretty good there if you're that Anivia, surviving this 15-minute mark here against the Yone. Yone usually picked because he is a very strong champion in that lane and just around the later stages as well. Yasuo 2.0 doing a ton of work there in the mid lane, usually if you can get him far ahead, but this game, that is really just not the case so far. We're seeing the Dragon set up here from the side of Bingo Squad. We'll see if they can, set anything up around it. So far, the vision is there. They have that Rift Scuttler. The hood comes out. Okay. This is a bit of a moment of truth here for TFT. They do still have very strong champions. They've got, the skill button on Vigar. Jin does really well into so many still squishy champions. I mean, even the Volibear, he's only got like 1,500 health. Even with his ultimate, Bad Cop jumped on. Yeah, too low to do anything at all. That event horizon there. Excuse me, that's going to be the baby cage coming out. They're finding a lot of damage. Carry Suda just gets destroyed. That's your strongest member. That's all your damage. There go both the carries. Echoed Voice in the back line, not able to do anything. Agent A2 just bringing them to safety with that Dark Passage. Echoed Voice trying to run away here. Gets that extra move speed with the Smite there, but Smurfdon is going to be able to knock him back here. Is able to stay alive. Gets that extra little bit of shielding there. but they're just able to do so much here with so much CC there from the side of TFT here. Team Fish Taco able to, win so far out. That's all 3 members there going down from the side of Return of Bingo Squad, able to get this pressure on this Dragon now. So they're going to be able to find their second, and while they might be down a little bit in gold here, a lot of this early objective control for these Dragons has been going to the side of TFT.
Yeah, a lot of nasty combos on the side of Team Fish Taco. They've got that Stand United Hecarim, they've got the Fate Sealed Hecarim, they've got Little Falcon into Hentai Messiah with the Baby Cage Fate Sealed. There's so many different ways for Team Fish Taco to just kind of pick off Return of Bingo Squad as a group, but what you need is the setup around it. So Return of Bingo Squad just kind of funneled in. They took the perfect, they gave the perfect opportunity here for Team Fish Taco to get that combination. They went with the Smurf Dawn, Akraziel, Stand United, and Onslaught of Shadows. So they go ahead, put it together, completely wipe the team. They win that team fight. They get that second dragon. So they are still 2,500 gold down, surprisingly, considering how much gold they got back in that fight. But now Hentai Messiah may be in a little bit of trouble, as he does have the Fate's Call.
Yeah, it does get him away at the end of the day. Interesting interaction there. That does get you out of the CC there. But overall here, from the side of Bingo Squad, they just didn't have that pressure around that Dragon that they thought they had. We saw Bad Cop be at less than 20% HP there before that fight started, and gets absolutely destroyed when Smurf Dawn decided to go on to him. And that's really why they lost it. Both the carries from the side of Return of Bingo Squad just get obliterated there before the fight even really has a chance to start. So then the tanks have no real time to set up and protect their carries there. But still not bad for Bingo Squad. Are still 4,000 gold in the lead here. Still 2 towers up, have this pressure around the map here in all 3 lanes. So going to be able to keep that up. And if they are, they're going to be able to do a good job come to later stages here. Agent A2 just standing under that tower, getting turreted down there from that tower. And I'm surprised Bad Cop still has not finished his Everfrost here. Has a 130 CS, did get those early Rift plates there that he was able to get with the Rift Shield. So has not finished that item, but is going to be able to get it very soon here. Has all the components there. So going to be up to him and the rest of his team to look for these fights here. You do have a lot of pressure with it in Nivea. You can wall people off. You can start things off like that. Not to mention Karisuda always has an Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Yeah, I do forgive Bad Cop a little bit. He does have that tier, and he did buy the boots in order to deal with the Yone. But now we are seeing Jack Love's Lamp is here. He is really the strong member on the side of Return of Bingo Squad.
Yeah, that Hentai Messiah going to get destroyed, but Shen does get the chance to come out here. Romantic Horizon comes out, plus the Primordial Burst to take down the guy there. Smurf Dawn takes up 1 onto Karisuda so far for the side of TFT. Echoed Voice could be in a bad spot as well. Not going to be able to do much to stay alive. Doesn't get taunted up there, but Echoed Voice is just running for his life. Crazy almost doesn't get that auto attack there. Cancels it almost. So that's going to be 3 more members there from the side of Return of Bingo Squad going down there here. And now Bad Cop could be in a bad spot as well. The wall doesn't come out in time, and Jin McCain picks up another one. So that's a lot of gold going back into the favor of TFT, and now Return of Bingo Squad could be in a very bad spot.
Yeah, now their gold lead has shrunk to 2,000. Bad Cop was just in a bad place. And just overall, you see the power of team fighting on TFT. They've got so many different tools to lock down Bad Cop, Karisuda, Little Falcon ended up actually using the Primordial Burst on Agent A2, just securing that kill. I don't think it really needed it, but they already had Smurf Dawn jumping on top of that Anivia. Karisuda was dead. They had Jack Love's Lamp was there, but like Yorick's Strength is definitely not team fighting. He was able to bonk some people down, but he didn't even kill Smurf Dawn. Okay, Hentai Messiah, way to get that one. And we're seeing, like, now the Shen and the Hecarim are both ridiculously ahead. Jin McCain also very strong. 5 of the 5 mythics are complete on both teams. So everyone is doing quite well. We're finally getting into this first round of, like, actual team fights. That last thing, that was kind of a team fight, but it was really messy. It was just kind of not good looking. it was very, very cobbled together. Now we actually get to see the champions playing with these patterns that they are meant to have with these mythics. And as you said, Anivia hadn't completed her Everfrost. Now that she has her Everfrost, I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more pick power. Agent A2, he still has that death sentence, and with Echoed Voices, Turbo Chem Tank, you can really just combo up on someone, and I'm hoping that that someone here is Little Falcon. Jin is strong, but Jin can't really get through Jack Love's Lamp at this point. He's got the Triforce and the Thorn Mail. Meanwhile, Little Falcon has an Everfrost and nothing else. He's very squishy, he's very killable, and he's Vigar. Who doesn't like killing a Vigar?
Exactly, man. That's the whole main point of this story here. It's kill the Vigar. Yeah, here, but Jackson's Lamp is going to be able to pressure onto this top side. Crazy could be in a bad spot here, but just fine. That maiden and those little goblins there are doing a whole lot of damage there. Able to do a whole lot for that Yorick up there, and we're seeing just the pressure this Yorick is able to bring here on the side lane, and now Return of Bingo Squad able to pick up that dragon as well as push on the side lane here. So looking real good here in the macro decisions here, but again, it's going to be up to the side of Return of Bingo Squad to look for these picks, look for this engage here. They have so much CC on their side, as you were saying, and not to mention that Everfrost on top of it, who can really just run people down. So they're really going to need to set up around these fights or look for these picks around the map, because in a straight 5v5 team fight, they've just lost 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, they saw themselves lose those 2 5v5s, and this time they were like, okay, I think we have to play a little bit smarter than run at them, because that is not what our comp is meant to do. Yes, we have some pick potential. Yes, we have a Thresh. Yes, we have a Volibear, but that doesn't mean that we can just take a 5v5 against a Yone, Jin, Vigar. It means that we have to play this smart, and we have to take down one of their carries first. They didn't end up taking any carries down here around this dragon, but Jack Love's Lamp got a Craziel so low that he actually was never going to be able to rejoin the team in order to have a fight. Now, Jack Love's Lamp also didn't have teleport, so with a little bit better teleport watching, TFT should have been a little bit more confident in taking that fight. At least they would have gotten the shield from a Craziel on someone, but they end up handing over a dragon. It's it's Rob's first dragon, so it's not like it's that big of a give. Jin McCain, is he going to go back? He really needs to get his collector here. He has the Gale Force. He's very safe. He has the Gale Force, but he needs the collector. He actually needs the ability to cut down these squishies, because he can't do it to Jack Love's Lamp. He can't do it to Echoed Voice. He's got to do it to someone, right?
Yeah, he's got to be able to, burst somebody down. You only get 4 shots until you have to reload there with the Jin, so it's going to be very important that he gets those off and onto the right members there, because if you're just autoing onto Jack Love's Lamp, you're not going to be doing a whole lot there, so it'll be very important for him to, start picking up some of these items, pick up that collector, as you said, and now the Baron is on the table here. Has been up for 3 minutes, and we've seen no team really just look for it yet. So we'll see who decides to pull the trigger around it. But for now, we're at this weird map state where both side lanes are being pushed in here by the Yorick, and nobody can really match him here. So it's going to be up to the side of TFT over here to, kind of stop that bleeding in the side lane, send somebody, or even just look to send like 2 or 3 members to pick him off, kill him off, and then you can look for something else. But the danger with that being that if you give too much time over here to the side of Return of Bingo Squad onto the Baron, they can very well take it off. They have that Anivia, they have that Ashe there to auto it down, not to mention 2 tanks there to tank it up. So if you do give away that amount of time here, and as I'm saying that, we could see an engage. It is going to be the engage onto the poor little maiden here. That cat mom just trying to run away there. Not able to do anything to stay alive here. But again, Return of Bingo Squad not in the worst spot. Still 3,000 gold in the lead. Have those 4 towers in their back pocket. Now going to be able to look here in this mid lane for a possible mid-tier 2.
Okay. My map efficiency senses have been just going off like a freaking fire alarm for the last couple of minutes. That top lane was left so alone for so long. Eventually Hentai Messiah went up there, but there were so many minions that died there. You gotta have someone up there, especially when those someones have teleport. Craziel has been matching Jack Love's Lamp to his credit, but in the lane that Jack Love's Lamp hasn't been in,
yeah, Jackson's Lamp might not be here to say bad cop right now, but maybe able to get away there with the root there, with the stun on her Q there. But in the mid lane, they're able to take down this mid-tier 2 Return of Bingo Squad while they lose the Anivia egg there with Hentai Messiah finding that onto bad cop. They're able to get that mid-tier 2, so now a little bit more jungle entry points here for the side of Return of Bingo Squad. So they're going to have to look for this here, but so far, Vid, nobody's really wanting to start up this Baron.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to start up this Baron. Like, not only do the teams not want to start, I don't want either of the teams to start it. They both do it pretty slow, especially since if you're Return of Bingo Squad, you're kind of assuming that they're going to be doing it 4-man instead of 5. Jack Loves Lamp is really the strong guy here, and he's not going to be joining for a Baron take unless they have a team fight win under their belt. Karasuda, he's got 2 items, but one of those is a Runeans, and while that gives while that gives attack speed, it really is for Ashe in team fights. It's not really for Ashe to take a Baron. Now, Jack Loves Lamp, he may get collapsed on here, and that could be the go button for TFT, but you have Echoed Voice coming in.
Yeah, he is coming in, knocks him back here, but the TP is coming here from Bad Cop to try and save his top lane. Then catch Crystal Arrow from downtown. Jim McCain is in a 1v2. That now gets knocked up there, but now Echoed Voice trying to get away, does not get away. Smurfdon goes down. Crazio here in the bush here, trying to just stay alive here, not able to do anything. But that's going to be the team fight win so far, which really wasn't a team fight, honestly. There for the side of Return of Bingo Squad, they kind of, just caught TFT lacking. They didn't really have to fully commit here. They did use the TP here. Now they're going to be able to pick up this dragon as well. So Return of Bingo Squad, they really just had to wait for TFT to make the mistake until they could, secure this dragon, and now look for this Baron here.
I know that the Yorick is a very tasty looking package of hundreds of gold that you want to put onto your carries. Don't do it, man. Jack Loves Lamp is so strong, and Bad Cop had teleport. You know that because he hasn't used it in forever. So you immediately are in a 2v3. Echoed Voice came in, and Karasuda even hit a beautiful Ashe ult onto Smurfdon. So they're able to find 2 kills for themselves, actually 3, as they take down Jin McCain as well. Smurfdon, he doesn't have the ultimate to steal Baron Nashor, so now Jack Loves Lamp was there for this Baron because they found a team fight win. Rob looking really good. They are now 8,000 gold in the lead, which it just exploded from that 3K. They've had the kind of map advantage the entire time. Jack Loves Lamp almost flame horizing a Craziel here, but they weren't able to really show it in the kill difference or in the rest of the map until this moment. So now Rob looking way better. They're finally going to want to start actually finding picks here against the enemy team.
Yeah, can finally use those pick tools that they do have to try and find them, but Jack Loves Lamp could be in another 1v3. They're trying to pick off the Yorick once again, but this man is very, very tanky, so we'll see if they can even get a chance. Jin McCain getting destroyed by those minions, and now he's going to be able to get a lot of damage back down on a Craziel as well. This man is just destroying Jin McCain. He goes down straight to the minions over there on the back side of that. He picks up the double kill. Jack Loves Lamp has been strong this entire game is what it seems like. And now the side of Return of Bingo Squad are going to be able to push onto these inhibitor towers and possibly look for the game here.
Jin McCain actually used Gale Force to Little Falcon. What?
Karasuda gets knocked in there by the Fate Steel, but Hentai Messiah has just not enough damage to do anything. Jack Loves Lamp is continuing to chase. Those minions are just the MVPs of this game. Jack Loves Lamp is doing so much work on this Yorick. Now the rest of his team is here to push onto these inhibitors as well. And now Return of Bingo Squad could very well look for their first win of the split and very well still look to be in playoff contention.
Yeah, you get the stun off here, and maybe another final team fight of desperation.
Yeah, looks like another team fight of desperation here from the side of TFT. A lot of damage going down, but that's going to be the Echoed Voice going down first. The Curtain Call is doing a lot of work in the backside of that. They find some extra damage, but that's going to be the Hecarim going down as well. Karasuda could be in a very bad spot. Gets shut down already by Hentai Messiah over there. Jack Loves Lamp picks that kill back up onto him, but they still have a lot of pressure. They have these huge amounts of minions. Only Jack Loves Lamp gets taunted there on that event horizon, but that is going to get hooked back. Crazio is going to be getting very low here as well. Bad Cop doing a lot of damage. Those minions, the MVPs for sure, doing so much work there for Jack Loves Lamp. The Q finds another double kill here. This Yorick is so disgustingly strong. Nobody can really even do any damage to him either. So that's going to be the win here, picked up here by Return of Bingo Squad, finding the first one of the split, and very well look to stay alive for playoff hopes. And at week 7, they're going to be at 1-4 now.
I mean, if I'm Return of Bingo Squad, give the man a Yorick. Put Jack Loves Lamp on this champion every time, because he absolutely controlled this game from the top lane. He was able to push in 2 turrets, go bot lane, push in, win a team fight, 3v1, then go top lane and win another team fight, basically 3v1, and it was a messy game, I'm not gonna lie. Team Fish Taco, they had a little bit of an oopsie at level 1, and without it, I'm not sure Return of Bingo Squad would have had the advantages that they did. Return of Bingo Squad also, they took a couple of messy team fights. They did not look great in that kind of mid game, but they shook themselves off, remembered their win conditions, and Jack Loves Lamp said, okay, obviously bad things happen when we're together. I'm going top lane. So congratulations to Return of Bingo Squad, picking up their first win. Team Fish Taco matching them now at 1-4.
Yeah, these guys tied for the standing. So at week 7 here, only a couple more weeks of play until that playoffs, starts up here. So it's going to be up to both of these teams to look for these wins at the later stages of the split. So to try and get into that playoff picture and try and secure themselves a spot there. So again, it's really interesting to see that these bottom teams, even at the bottom, are fighting it out, able to tie things up there for themselves. So. We'll see which team next week comes out on top and which one will continue to move on from there. But for now, it looks like Return of Bingo Squad has been able to come out on top and do the better, just macro decisions around this game, because we saw it many times when they did just kind of, all right, we're going to throw ourselves out there. They just kind of completely lost those fights. So we'll see what they can do coming into these last few weeks.
But don't go anywhere, because usually we do have 2 games for you, but we've got 3 this week. So don't go anywhere, because it's the game that everyone's been waiting for. It's the team with the top 3 guy in every single role. It's Devils Never Die versus the Chos of UCO. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for our third, final, and last, but certainly not least, game of the day between Devils Never Die versus the UCO Broncos.
And it should be a banger of a game today, man. These guys are going to come out and ready to play. So far, these guys are ready to go down and get dirty. So we're going to be introducing these here. D&D over there. Devils Never Die on the blue side. UCO over there on the red. So for the blue side here in the top lane, we got Dex here playing that Poppy. Ignopius in the jungle playing Volley Bear. Fonzo in the mid lane playing Victor over there. Das the Man's playing Ezreal. And Hayabusa Taisho playing the Thresh down there in the support role. Oh.
And a 4-man route coming out from Plethora. But UCO Go Chos on the red side. OK Cattle Boys in the top lane on Maokai. Pi in the jungle on Sejuani. The Jazz Man. Skabadoboop Bop on Syndra in the mid lane. Duckwind and Plethora on Vayne and Seraphine in that bot lane.
Yeah, and it's some pretty good comps over here on both sides. We got the double tanks for both the top and jungle on both these teams. The control mage in the mid lane, and then we got this weird hyper carry in the AD carry who can just move around the fight. Has a lot of mobility between the Vayne and the Ezreal. So we'll see which team is gonna come out on top here. D&D here sitting at 2-2, while the UCO Broncos are at 1-3. Very important match for the UCO Broncos there to try and match up against D&D. Tie themselves in these standings, and we'll see if they can get it done this time around, because it's going to be pretty important coming again into this playoff picture to secure themselves a better standing, secure themselves higher in the table. We're already seeing Fonzo here getting some early pressure onto the Syndra, which we usually don't see. The Syndra able to do a lot at the early stages. Of course, it is at 2 minutes here, so we'll see what they can do coming into this.
Yeah, going back to your playoff talk, this is not only important for UCO, which kind of keeps them alive in that 4th seed spot, at 1-3. If they lose this, they are going to be tied with Return of Bingo Squad and Team Fish Taco, and only one of the 3 can get out. But if they win this against Devils Never Die, then they're suddenly much safer here. Then they actually, I believe, lock the spot if there's only 1 week left, but they look really good. They can actually get themselves a playoff spot, and it would be looking really good for a team who has struggled for a lot of this split. But you said the team comps, they are very similar. I agree. Functionally, the biggest difference is Hayabusa Taicho on that Thresh just being more peel and less pick, or being more peel and less like enchanty. They both have pick because Plethora has the ultimate, has that double route there. So it's going to be interesting to see who can come out on top with very similar team comps. Of course, OK Cowboys taking a lot of damage, losing a lot of CS here in the top lane. Poppy is just really good at shoving out these tanks with that percent health damage on the Q. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Fonzo has also managed to push his opponent in, but Jazzman has a couple more CS to pick up in a gank.
But Pi is here. The stun is going to come out here. That stun has not been used just yet. Pi not in range to use that over there onto the Victor. Vonzo having to use both the cleanse and the flash to just get away. Jazzman now going to be able to get some very early on pressure here. And Fonzo does not have TP to come back to his lane and try and contest here. We can see him sticking around for this Scuttle Crab here for his jungler, but now Pi probably just going to move down to the bot side and pick up that one.
So now a little bit of CS advantage here. You got 1 camp in favor of Ignopius. Volibear just a better jungler on 11.7 than Sejuani is. Just has a better early clear, better ability to get into these ganks. However, Sejuani will always have that Glacial Prison late game. Volibear kind of falls off a cliff. Sejuani, on the other hand, will always stay useful because she has at least 1 ability. And that's really all you need when you've got a Vayne. You can just shred pretty much anyone in this game down. The only person you have to watch out for is Poppy because she can cancel your rolls. But if you're in melee range of a Poppy, you're already doing something wrong as Vayne.
Yeah, if you ever even walk close to her, you're doing something wrong here. Of course, if the Poppy does get on top of you, use that W to stop you from tumbling around. Could be a very bad spot for Duckwind over there, but so far you're going to be doing just fine if you can space properly, not let the Poppy get on top. And it's going to be up to OK Cataboys to, keep these other tanks away from their carries over there in between that Syndra and Vayne there. But we're seeing Pi down here on the bot side, setting up for a possible gank or counter gank from the side of the Volibear. Ignopius right here on his scuttle, or on his Krugs there. Probably might look for a gank here as the side of UCO are pushed up in this lane, but Plethora just getting a lot of pot shots in with her passive there, with that high note passive, able to do a lot of work with that. But so far, nobody has really rotated into a gank besides Pi in the mid lane earlier, and we've been seeing him just sit in this bot side bush here. Now we're just seeing the fight come out. The TP comes out as well. Plethora trying to get away. The heal comes out to save him. Ignopius could very well be in a bad spot here. Gets knocked, gets rooted up, gets knocked down. But TP for TP, that's going to be the first blood going over to Hayabusa Taisho. Duckwind picks up one on the back side of that, picks up a second. That's going to be a very strong Vayne so far. Picked up the double kill, scatter the weak, locks up Dexler now. And that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade over to the side of UCO. So looking pretty good in that first fight.
And honestly, you may as well call it a 2-for-0 trade. Duckwind got both of those kills. The Vayne, the hyper carry, got both of the kills. Meanwhile, Hayabusa Taicho, unfortunately, was the one to pick it up with the Ignite. Now, Duckwind, he is going to intelligently back off because he, doesn't have any mana and barely has any health. He doesn't want to have to burn that flash. And a huge swing in that fight as Hayabusa Taicho gets that first kill onto Pi. And without a tank, it does look a lot worse for UCO here, and unfortunately for Devils Never Die, Jazzman has teleport and Fonso does not. Ignopius, did he get that? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. I think Pi smited that one away. But honestly, I'm not too sure on that one. But again, yeah, going back to your point, Vid, we saw it earlier. We talked about the cleanse being there for the Victor there, and there is quite a bit of CC here for the side of UCO, but at the end of the day, I think the TP would have just been a better summoner spell to take here for that Victor. You do need the cleanser to, get out of some of the CC, some sticky situations there. But that TP, we saw it already playing big dividends for the side of the UCO Broncos over there. So with this small advantage here, or what was supposed to be a small advantage here, I would think there'd be a gold lead vid, but it's still about 400 gold into the lead, into the side of Devils Never Die over there.
Well, if I can interest you in finding the culprit of that, let's come up to the top lane and talk about that, because we did see them both enter the fight, but we haven't gotten to talk much about their laning. Dexler is just kind of outperforming OK Cowboys right now. Maokai, not a super strong top laner. He has a lot of sustain just naturally in that kit, but you can see Dexler trades so well onto this Maokai, even under turret. He's able to just get some damage off, get that shield, and then basically keep anything from happening, because I don't think Maokai can Twisted Advance while in Dexler's W. It's not looking good for OK Cowboys, but granted, Maokai, he doesn't really fill that role of Giga Tank anymore. He really wants to do more chip damage with that E, get that % health off, and then also engage with the ult. And the combo here with the ult is actually way more important for this Maokai in this game than it would be in any normal game. Once you get that Nature's Grasp with the Maokai, then you've basically lined everyone up for Plethora to find a really good encore. You've got Jazzman can find a combo to blow someone up. Pi can even hit his ultimate, and Duckwind, then he's enabled to do all of that with all of the CC coming in and layering in. So OK Cowboys basically just needs to survive this. He's a very one-note champion this game.
Yeah, very one-note, not like the Seraphine here. It's going to be very important for Duckwind to just, stay alive in these fights, because he's, while Jasmine is very strong as well, but hold that thought, because Hayabusa Taisho just got knocked into the wall with the Condemn. But here is That's the Man trying to get knocked up, and Pai's going to be able to pick up the first one. Vayne is still alive. The final hour comes back out, so Ignopius is going to go down as well here. Duckwind picking up a second one. Feeling real good. One more kill will do it. That's another double kill for the Vayne, and this is the Vayne after the races. Duckwind flying straight into this mid-game. 4 kills in his back pocket. Picks up another double kill in that fight. And while Ignopius and Hayabusa Taisho look like they had to jump on him from the beginning, is able to stay alive and picks up those kills at the end of that extended skirmish.
Man, Pi had me sweating there. Oh, OK Cowboys.
Oh. Yeah, Twisted Advance comes out to try and knock him into the tower, but he doesn't get that Bramble Smash back onto him. And while that all was happening in the top lane, the rest of the UCO Broncos were down there in the bot side, securing that Cloud Dragon for themselves. So Dexler, while he's able to pressure this Maokai very, very well, has not been able to do a whole lot just yet, even though he did TP in that last fight. Did not have enough pressure around it. And again, it just comes down to this Poppy being very good at shutting people down with dashes and things like that. But okay, Catapult can be a bad spot here. The heal comes out from his passive, Nature's Grasp as well. Oh no, Dexter barely stays alive. This is a volatile top matchup. Not what you'd expect from these two tanky meatballs, but they're making it look very, very exciting up there so far. Okay, Cataboys barely stayed alive as well as Dexter, but the Vayne gets knocked up here, gets hooked back in the Dark Passage. He's going to not be able to pull Dash Demands in, just decides to Arcane Shift forward, gets the kill anyway. Is able to get that 700 gold shutdown in his back pocket. That all started off with Hayabusa Taisho finding that insane death sentence there at the very beginning.
And that's pretty much what this game is going to be. If Hayabusa Taicho can find these picks on Vayne, Jazzman is a Syndra. He does have a lot of damage, but it's very single target. You're not going to be winning team fights with just a Syndra. So if Duckwind goes down, pretty much all of the team fight damage of UCO goes out the window. So this game is very much on Duckwind to win this. He just handed over 700 gold to Das Demands. So actually, Das Demands is pretty much, I'd say more or less back even. The only problem is his spike comes at about 2 items. The moment the Vayne gets 1 item, he can do a lot more damage. He's going for that Kraken Slayer. That 3-hit passive on top of Vayne's 3-hit passive is just going to make it so much easier to put it lightly, wreck the enemy team.
Yeah, to just run through them. That Hero's Charge to try and find the engage onto OK Cataboys, but here is the Volley Bear. That Thundering Smash goes onto him, gets stunned up. But OK Cataboys use that Bramble Smash to knock him away. And the 2 tanks from the side of Devils Never Die, not able to find the engage there onto that Maokai. They did find the engage, but just not enough damage just yet. So pretty good out of OK Cataboys to stay alive, but he is still down 50 CS in this top lane. It might be down even more after they use this Rift Herald and get these plates up here on this top side.
Yeah, that's a full turret. That's not looking good here for the top lane. However, this is Ignopius and Dexler that have it. Meanwhile, a dive in the bot lane.
Yeah, dive in the bot lane. Duckwind and Pi are looking for the engage here. The Glacial thing goes wide. Forgot the name of the Sejuani's ultimate for a second there, but Hayabusa Taisho is now in a 1v4. The TP is coming out, but may be just to the death of Dex here by himself here. Ignopius still on the top side trying to push in. OK Cataboys is going to get knocked around here. Engage is going down, but that's going to be the ult used, the Thundering Smash, and that big Stormbringer taking down the top laner of UCO Broncos over there. But Cataboys gets taken down, and Ignopius is able to find that and even look for more. The second tower is getting low as well, so they're able to do a lot with this Rift Herald, even getting that second charge off. And now Ignopius and Dex here are feeling pretty good after that big gold influx on that top side.
Yeah, overall a very good trade here for Devils Never Die. They are now 1,500 gold in the lead. However, Duckwind did get another kill. So when we're talking about actual gold value, yeah, UCO won this one big. They got a ton of gold for Dexler, a ton of gold for Ignopius. They got a kill on OK Cataboys. The only problem is Vayne got a kill versus Poppy and Volibear, who, Poppy, you can build as many resistances as you want, honey. It just does not matter. Vayne will true damage percent max health true damage. It's been so long since I casted Vayne, I forgot the bullshit of what she does. Meanwhile, like, as I said earlier, Volibear falls off a cliff. He's not going to be super useful after a certain point in the game, and that certain point's coming in like 12 minutes.
Yeah, after, all he's really good for is stunning somebody up, making those towers, not tower shot you once he does use that Thundering Smash and Stormbringer. But after that, he does not do a whole lot, so we'll see what they're able to do. Hayabusa Taisho is just getting some vision control around this dragon. That is spawning in another 45 seconds, so going to be up for D&D and UCO. Going to be straight onto the table there, but so far, UCO are getting the better of the AD carry matchup down here. Both have finished their first item here, but that Vayne will always be better with a Kraken Slayer than that Ezreal will be with that Essence Reaver. So feeling pretty good so far at this 14-minute mark. Plates have just gone down. Duckwind is feeling very strong, very advantageous in the matchup here, but that Seraphine just got hooked and now she might be dead, but Plethora flashes away over the box, not able to get blocked up there. Hayabusa Taisho finding the hook, but it really didn't amount to that much besides that flash from the Seraphine. And now we're seeing the TP coming in here. Might be from Jazzman. It's actually going to be from Duckwind, or excuse me, from OK Cataboys. Uses that Nature's Grasp, but to really do nothing except root up those minions there, help them clear the wave. And now they have the pressure around this dragon. Dexter could be in a bad spot. Uses that Keeper's Verdict to try and do whatever he can to stay alive, but all 5 members are barreling onto him. That's going to be a lot of damage going down onto Dexter. A little bit more damage would have done it. The hook on the backside, though, to catch out the Vayne. They are able to find Duckwood, but not enough damage to kill him. They're going to be able to find a lot of damage. The Encore comes out, knocks up 3. They're going to be able to use some more damage to find the kill onto Pi, but they don't find it, so Das Demands able to get away from that Sejuani at the end of the day. Duckwind still very low here. Going to be very hard to pressure around this dragon with very low health bars.
But the Seraphine has Moonstone, and we know what that means. There are no Grievous Wounds on the side of Devils Never Die. Pi has to watch out, though. He is very low, so if they can get the smite... Okay.
Oh, okay.
And Pi doesn't even die. Damn, I really thought he would there. So, like, that was a lost... That was like a one team fight because they got to pick Dexler. That was also a lost team fight because they gave up all of that pressure. And then Devils Never Die just kind of walked away from the dragon. Both teams still had a lot of potential to keep scrapping. The only problem was for the side of UCO, Plethora had that Moonstone. If they had waited for that to go down and then maybe tried to find a pick, Das Demands still has a lot of damage. Like, we were talking about how much better a Kraken Slayer is than an Essence Reaver on these ADCs, but Das Demands has range. Vayne could never. Vayne does not have the range. Das Demands, if he was just able to kind of hit pot shots, force out some cooldowns, maybe they could have found something. Of course, that didn't happen. And UCO, they are able to get their second dragon. They take that kind of 2 for 0, and now the gold 400 in favor of Devils Never Die. But just like we saw game 1 between PDG and PQ, the gold is in the right place here for UCO.
Yeah, the gold is right where they want it there. 6 kills on the Vayne, feeling very good. And not to mention Plethora 007 down there being almost a part of every single kill in this game. So she's doing pretty good there. And as we were talking about, that Moonstone is going to do a ton of work coming into the mid stages of the game, as nobody has really picked up that healing reduction as you were talking about. So the Seraphine is going to be very important to pick off as well. So if you can kill her, get the pick onto her, find that death sentence with Hayabusa Taisho onto that Seraphine, you can do a lot of work there. But Duckwind and the rest of his team are in the mid lane, trying to pressure them down, save their tower here, not want it to go down here. Pi is now in the top jungle here. Nopius is trying to find the engage here. Thundering Smash goes onto him. He's going to get away there with that Stormbringer. Going to get pulled away to with the Dark Passage as well. So the side of UCO are just getting this great setup around this. Rift Herald not going to be the most yet, but they might just be looking for the fight here. That it is going to start up here. That's going to be a lot of damage coming out already. A lot of ultimates, excuse me. Dexler's trying to find what he can. Does do that there. Not able to do much just yet. The Seraphine is in the pit by herself. It's going to be a 3-man charm, though. They got all get rooted as well. The Vayne is untouched in the back line. Can they find the kills that they need? Pi already finds one. Syndra finding the second Jazzman. Jazzing it up, bringing those drums in, and now Duckwind is able to do a lot of damage on the backside as well. And that Vayne was just untouched. And wow, it all started off there with a decent engage there from Dexter to try and knock away the Seraphine, not let her in the fight. Plethora just shows up anyway, finds that big encore, and makes it happen.
Yeah, MVP of that fight was the blast cone that let Plethora get over the wall. He didn't actually have flash. There was a blast cone available, and he took it over the wall, found a 3-man encore, and they actually didn't even need Duckwind to be in the front there. He was just kind of getting pot shots off as much as a Vayne possibly can. They just had so much lockdown there, able to get them in. Plethora as well, healing up with this Moonstone. So now 11-3 is the kill score. Only 1.3k as that top and jungle gap. Actually, every lane is kind of getting gapped in CS right now, but it's most apparent in the top lane, and that just, UCO's just kind of shaking it off. They're like, yeah, that doesn't really matter that much. We've got a fed Vayne. Everyone else, their support for the Vayne. It would be nice if the top and jungle could get their mythics, however.
Yeah, for sure. The Vayne gets hooked, though. Duckwind could have been a bad spot there if there was a follow-up, but the side of the UCO Broncos able to hold on to their tier 2 very easily here in the mid lane. Not looking too bad for themselves. The dragon is going to be spawning in another minute, as well as that Baron, so both objectives are going to be spawning around the same time. We'll see which team decides to pull the trigger around them, but for now, the side of the UCO Broncos have just been getting the better of every single one of these fights. All the skirmishes, even that fight up there in the Rift Herald, so feeling real good on themselves, and it all comes back to how much, just team fighting power they have. They have the 2 tanks to stand behind. They have a control mage. They have the enchanter, and then they have the hyper carry, AD carry to just do a whole lot of work if she is untouched. But it's going to be up to the Poppy and Ignovius to get onto that Vayne, stop her from doing damage. But honestly, I don't know if that's going to be enough. You still have these other damage threats on the side of the UCO Broncos, so we'll see if they're going to be able to make it happen. Right now, D&D, though, able to get that tower down there in the bot side, and now going to be able to push on this mid lane as well.
Yeah, this is one of those games where it's like, yes, you are always going to be looking at the Vayne here because she is going to be the most fed on the side of UCO. She's going to be doing the most damage. If you pick her, it's going to be a lot easier to win a fight. But as this game goes further and further, and as UCO wins more and more team fights, as they have been doing so far, you're going to actually have to start worrying about Syndra, about Sejuani. They're going to start being tankier, doing more damage, and God, man, they missed like 5 CS there in a row. But we'll move past that because the dragon is up, and Hayabusa Taicho is looking for a pick. UCO actually haven't warded this out.
On the side, does hook the Syndra up, knocks up 2 there with the play as well, uses the box to try and keep him in spot, but that's going to be the Pi getting knocked away. Hayabusa Taicho goes down first. Duckwind now able to flash away and get away from the Volley Bear. Thundering Smash and Stormbringer not going to be able to do anything in that fight against the Vayne. Double kill now for Duckwind. That's his third of the game. Feeling real good on this Vayne so far. Now the rest of his team are able to pick off the rest of the members and now look for this dragon as well. Are they going to be able to get it? The fight does come out. Was a little bit in a dangerous spot there. Pi almost getting it taken away there with that Victor E. But at the end of the day, that's going to be the sole point picked up there for the side of the UCL Broncos, feeling real good at the 21-minute mark. About 2,000 gold in the lead, so not the biggest gold lead, but they are still very ahead in objectives and control around the map here. Not to mention that their AD carry is almost an unstoppable force, so we'll see if she can be what this team needs to carry them to this victory, as both these teams are still very, very close in the standings.
Yeah, Duckwind got very sweaty that team fight. He went all the way in against Hayabusa Taicho, got immediately jumped on by a Volibear, and was forced to flash out. Oh! Good stopwatch.
Jazzman could be in a bad spot here. The stopwatch barely to keep him alive, but Jazzman might go down at the Chaos Storm, and he does go down at the end. That's going to be the shutdown going over, but Vayne on the other side taking down the support from the enemy team there. D&D are trying to just get away here. Not the Dungeons and Dragons they want to be playing this time around, but so far, Devils Never Die, able to get that pick onto the mid lane or get that shutdown, get that extra gold in their back pocket.
Yeah, so actually ends up being a 1-for-1. Jazzman, obviously a little bit more useful and worth gold than Hayabusa Taicho, who's currently 1-7. Jazzman actually had a little bit of a shutdown on him. So all in all, that actually ends up being good for Devils Never Die. They get a little bit more gold in their pockets. They are finally behind in gold. The kills just kind of caught up with them in the last team fight. So no matter how good they are at CSing, if you can't win a team fight against a Vayne, who, again, got very sweaty, actually had to use his flash, and I would have preferred not to see that because the flash is, I mean, like when you're making big plays, it better be a pentakill, not a double. But hey, 1 team fights, we can't complain about them. So UCO currently about 1,000 gold in the lead as they continue to just move this Vayne around the map. They know who their power point is. They've got Syndra with the teleport, so they can go for this kind of 3-1-1, 4-1. OK Cattleboys is just kind of getting the gold where he can because he is still pretty far behind his opposing laner, who is almost at 2 items. Meanwhile, OK Cattleboys just finished his first.
Yeah, OK Cattleboys is barely getting that Sunfire Cape in his back pocket. The Vayne here is untouched. Uses that final IR to get the extra engage. That's going to be a 3-man charm there. Ignopius is untouched here. Duckwind might be in a bad spot here. Gets stunned up as well. That's going to be the big shutdown going down into the favor of the Volley Bear. Not who you really wanted on, but still you'll take it. Pi in the backside trying to stay alive alongside the Maokai. Jazzman over here getting cooked as well. Goes down as well. That's the 2 carries from the side of UCO Broncos going down very early on in this fight. The flash does not get him over the wall. Fonzo trying to continue this chase as well. Plethora trying to just barely stay alive. Ignopius picks up another one. The hook's going to come out. Hayabusa Taicho not able to find it. That's going to be enough damage to take down Pi. That's 4 members going down from the side of the UCO Broncos. This could be the 5th. That's going to be the ace going over to the Poppy. And while they may have won every single team fight before, they get wiped in this one completely.
And what was the factor there? Vayne got picked early, and you know what she didn't have? The flash. So D&D, they capitalize so well on these mistakes. They've got so many different ways to jump on top of this Vayne and punish her. You've got the Volibear, you've got the Poppy, you've got the Thresh. Everyone gets on top, they blow her up immediately, and personally, I think it's a fatal sin to pick a Vayne and use her as your main carry when you're anyone other than, like, Kabi in the LEC, but I think what's more of a fatal sin than that is continuing to take the team fight after the Vayne gets picked. UCO, they would have lost Syndra if they had just disengaged from that team fight, but instead they decided to lose every single other member by continuing to go in there, just kind of greeting for these kills that they really weren't going to get. They lose all 5 members, they don't get a single one back, they hand over the Baron. It's 4,000 gold now to the lead for Devils Never Die, and really the hope that UCO has here to continue being in this game, they've got this ridiculously fed Vayne, but they need this Ocean Drake. There are still there's just a Thornmail on the side of Devils Never Die to deal with a single Ocean Drake plus a little bit of healing on the Vayne, but the big one is the Seraphine Moonstone, and she's about to have the staff soon as well. So you need to get some anti-healing in order to deal with that, or else it's bad news bears for your team. 25 seconds to this Ocean Drake, 5 members on both sides just kind of posturing around this dragon. It's kind of do or die here for Devils Never Die, and Duckwind!
Oh, that's going to be the hook letting onto the Vayne already. The Encore comes out, but it's not able to do anything just yet. That's going to be a whole lot of damage going on to the Sejuani as well. Goes down. That's 2 members down from the side of UCL. Broncos already. Dastaman is looking for more here. Arcane shifts forward, able to find a double kill now in his back pocket. That Ezreal just was untouched, and that was a complete wipe once again from the side of D&D, making it look so easy when they have the setup around these objectives. And the side of UCL Broncos just not able to do anything. And it all started off with Hayabusa's Taisho insane death sentence onto Duckwind. Nobody even blocking it for him. So the side of UCL are going to have to regroup after that one and think of what went wrong around that Dragon Pit, because now it's going to be 2 fights going back into the favor of Devils Never Die. They're feeling real good after these last 2. 6,000 gold in the lead, and now 2 towers as well as getting that dragon back into their hands.
Yeah, and I think you touched on it. What went wrong in that fight? Yes, Duckwind got hit with the hook. I think just as poorly, he had 4 team members around him and not one of them stepped up to take that for him. OK Cowboys had his flash at that point. Just flash in front of it, man. You've got 1 item. You're a 1-item Maokai. You used your ult already. Like, just take it for the 10 and 2 Vayne. Now, Devils Never Die. They deny that dragon. They're going to push that timer 5 more minutes, and it's going to work in favor of them to just continue pushing these leads in all of their lanes. The only lane that's actually let up in terms of the CS lead for Devils Never Die is bot lane, because Duckwind has been moving around to all of these lanes and taking everything he can. Meanwhile, it's only gotten worse for every other member of UCO. They are underfarmed. Duckwind, all of their eggs are in that basket, and I mean, with the last 2 team fights, it hasn't paid off. They've given away a Baron, they've given away a Dragon, and they've given away like 8 kills, I think. So either Duckwind needs to, you know, play a little bit safer, not get super hyphy, or he needs to start giving some resources to the Syndra and just kind of helping his team get back into this game, because at the moment, he's not doing it alone.
Yeah, it's not really able to do much by himself, and I like that point you touched up on their vid about letting the Syndra get some more of this gold as well, because at this moment in time you only have 1 damage threat on the side of UCO over here, so getting that Syndra up and back into some more items there will very much help you a lot, help you stay alive in some of these fights. But again, it's going to be up to the side of D&D to not even let that happen, continue to pressure around these objectives, get the early control around them, and just push UCO off of them, because we saw it there, we saw them get the early pressure, we saw them set up around it, and it just looked like a complete team fight wipe. But for now, 5,000 gold in the lead still are D&D after those 2 team fight wins, a dragon in their back hand, so not going to be able to give that one, not giving that one away in that last dragon. So looking pretty good here after these last 2 fights, making it a reversal in gold, about a 8,000 gold swing, because UCO were up about like 2,000 or 3,000 gold before that Baron fight. So feeling real good after that one, and now we're seeing all these big item purchases coming in here from the side of D&D. We're seeing the GRLCS Grudge alongside the Muramana and Essence Reaver. So this Ezreal is going to be doing a ton of damage with these pot shots. Honestly, they're not going to be pot shots anymore. It's going to be like huge cannonballs flying at you across the map. So that Ezreal is going to have to be dealt with at some point in time. And if nobody can really get on top of him, if on the side of UCO, it's going to be a really hard team fight to win.
Yeah, I mean, Ezreal, this is a build that Ezreal pretty commonly goes now. It's up to personal preference, but you don't get a mythic. Either you don't get a mythic or you get it very late. If you do get a mythic, it is a... Jeez, man. Who hired Xmithy? If you do get a mythic, it is the Duskblade of Drakthar, but right now it looks like Dostamans, he just wants that armor penetration. The two tanks that are on the side of UCO are really going to be armor tanks. Sejuani gets a ton of armor, builds that Thornmail pretty compulsively. Maokai, I still think he wants the... He's obviously going for a Spirit Visage. Jeez. But the magic resist, it only really works against Fonzo. What you're trying to stop is is Ezreal. Build some armor. But now looks like everyone is rotating to... Oh, it looks like UCO wants to trade that Baron for for Drake. This is second Drake for Devils Never Die. So Devils Never Die either has to sniff this out and contest them at the Baron, or they're going to give up a second Ocean Drake, which is okay, I guess, for a Baron. And the Baron is really what UCO needs. They need to actually have some pushing power because Vayne can't clear very quickly. Syndra isn't strong enough to clear very quickly. But it looks like they may just be handshaking this one.
It looks like they are going to be able to handshake this one away. Both teams not wanting to, take this fight, but we're seeing this rotation up here from D&D now, walking up the river, or walking through the mid lane here. Do have enough wave clear around it, but now that Scryer's going to be able to do it. We're seeing the Fnatic special here in the bush here. They might be looking for a Pi, not able to find that charge there. So the side of D&D are going to have the pressure around this dragon, and they might have just gotten away with a crime scene steal here, man. They just robbed the entire house. They take the dragon, they pressure them off the Baron, and now the side of D&D are feeling real good after this play because hold that thought, just Hayabusa Taisho might be caught out. The Keeper's Verdict to knock away the Sejuani, but here is the knock. That's an interesting wall hack there. I don't know what Dexter was doing there, but he knocks the Seraphine into the wall there with the heroic charge. Hayabusa Taisho might have been caught out at the start of this, but at the end of the day, gets away. Not feeling too bad. But again, D&D picking up that dragon and stopping the Baron on the other side.
Yeah, D&D gets away with murder. I mean, sometimes you watch heist movies and you're like, that makes no sense. No one would ever do that in real life. Well, I mean, UCO, they kind of chased a kill that wasn't going to happen. They pulled the trigger a little bit early, going for Dexler, the one person who you really don't want to go for because he's just too tanky for you to blow up, even with a Vayne at this point. And they just let the dragon go through, and Plethora is super low now.
Yeah, Plethora very low, even the Encore on the backside completely whiffing. Dexler feeling real good on the top, as you were just saying. Again, the side of D&D having just so much of the safety around this. They have the pick potential, they have engaged, so you can really just keep this Ezreal and Victor alive if you stand behind with your tanks, and we're seeing it now. We're seeing them push on to the objectives, have been able to get 6 of those towers now, so every single standard tower going down, all the tier 2s are down, so all that's left is these inhibitor towers and this Baron. So far, though, that control ward there on the Baron Pit is stopping the side of D&D there, as well as UCO from going to check it, but Dostamans just destroys OK Cataboys. Again, this Maokai not tanky in the slightest. Seraphine could be caught out here, but Dexter is being low as well. That Vayne doing a ton of damage there. Stormbringer comes out to try and bring the Volley Barrett to where he wants to be. The Vayne could be in a bad spot. Final hour to try and get away. Is in a bad spot. Q's in there, tumbles into the 2 tanks there, but it's still just fine. Duckwind able to stay alive on the side there, not able to go in just yet, but as Sejuani is going down as well, Plethora just flashed in and picks up the kill onto the Seraphine. So that's going to be a 3-0 for the side of D&D. Feeling real good after that fight they just took.
And UCO, I mean, they're playing D&D's game here. D&D, they know how they're playing their game. They're just they were denying vision. They did a really good job of that in the top side. And of course, UCO knew that they weren't going for Baron, but they didn't know anything other than that. So OK Cattleboy says, okay, well, I'm just going to take this wave. I'm going to get some CS. I'm going to do what the casters have been telling me to do for 10 minutes. I'm going to get some CS and like get my second item maybe. And the entire team of D&D says, nope, you thought, and they jump right on top of him. Suddenly in a 4v5, Plethora walks right up into Dexler's face, and then Pi decides to engage. Pi tosses the ultimate on him, and it just seems like UCO use every single one of their tools meant to keep Duckwind safe on a tank. That tank does not die. No one on the side of D&D dies, because devils never die. UCO, on the other hand, does. Pretty much everyone dies. Duckwind doesn't, and that's like, I mean, he doesn't have a bounty on him anymore. He's just another 300 gold. So I don't know what UCO's doing here. They're not playing the right game. They're not looking for front to back team fights that they win because their frontline shredding beats the front line of D&D. They're going for these weird picks, and they're getting picked themselves. They actually need to settle down, regroup, not give up this Baron, and just take a better team fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mind seeing them just walk around this 5 around their jungle, because it seems like when they send somebody off to the side lane, somebody gets picked, and then they get a free team fight 1 in a 4v5, like we might just be seeing here. But Pi gets away there with that glacial charge there to get away, get to safety. Not going to be feeling bad with that Warmogs, plus the healing there coming out from the bloom there, or from the plants there, the honey fruits in the jungle there. But again, it's going to be up for the side of UCO to try and make a comeback, because they've been consistently losing these fights. 7,000 gold deficit now for themselves. And while they might have items on their Vayne, have 4 items on the Vayne, nobody else on this team is really strong. So if she cannot, be a difference maker in the fight, or if she gets like hard poked out like that, or gets completely engaged on, she could just very well do 0 damage in a fight, and you just completely lose if you're the side of UCO. So D&D, they know their game plan. They've been doing it for the last about 15-20 minutes, as they've been in the lead for the last like 15 straight. But now the Thresh is going to get destroyed there. Condemn even extending that CC. But again, the Dragon was just spawning up here. The Poppy is split pushing. That's going to be the inhibitor going down to the side of the Poppy. Dexter pulling out with the macro play here to go on to this inhibitor, and now the side of UCO are on the Dragon themselves. It's going to be a 3v4 over here on the bot side. The Stormbringer comes in, but that smite is not going to come out. It is going to be the Ocean Soul going over there to the side of UCO. The Encore comes out, but it lands onto only one. Dastaman is the key member that needed to go down. That's going to be a huge tumble to bring that Vayne into the waiting arms of Dastaman and takes him out. That's the fight that UCO needed, and now they're feeling real good. They have enough pressure to pressure onto this Baron here. UCO could very well look for it. It's going to be up to Dexler, Fonzo, and Hayabusa Taisho to try and make this fight happen, try and win it for their team, but it's going to be a very...
And you can 3-man this Baron if you're UCO. You've got... okay, don't get knocked up. Do it quicker. But Duckwind shreds so hard. I mean, that damage is capped against Baron, but you wouldn't know it by the amount of damage he's doing. So Duckwind... gets it down to 4,000 gold, and Pi has smite, but Ignopius is dead, so just don't miss it.
Yeah, no real chance of a steal there.
Just don't smite.
Or, I guess just don't smite. You don't even want to risk yourself missing the smite there. But the side of UCO, they're having the smart play there to, take that fight around the Dragon after they saw that Poppy in the bot side and sending the Maokai there. Your Maokai was honestly your weakest member, and then that Poppy very, very tanky, very hard to deal with. So smart out of the side of UCO to send OK Cattleboys to go try and just stop it from TPing into the fight, and making it a 4v4 on that bot side. And overall, it ended up working out for the side of UCO. They get the Dragon, they get the Baron. They may have lost 2 inhibitors, but at the end of the day, you're going to be feeling just fine if you have those Uber buffs in your back pocket there.
Yeah, they've got double... I mean... Ocean Drake may as well be an uber buff because of just all of the healing it provides, and the fact that only currently 2 anti-healing items. Victor has a lot of AoE, and oh my god, Pi!
Oh.
Pi, no, Pi!
Pi could be in the worst spot of his life. Hayabusa Taisho lands the hook at the end of the day, gets completely unspotted there on that bot side. Nobody's going to be able to help this poor little boar rider. Sejuani goes down. Pi was just in the bad spot, did not spot out Hayabusa Taisho waiting in that bush and goes down at the end of the day.
And that, kids, is why you actually ward before you charge into a side of your jungle with no vision. Okay, so this is a 4v5. Luckily, there is a Baron, so it's very hard to push for the side of Devils Never Die. UCO can turtle this one out. They still have a minute and a half left. That's more than enough time for Pi to come back up. But Ezreal does a lot of damage. You cannot keep getting hit by these Qs because he has 4 items. He's almost full build. He's almost as strong as Duckwind because he has bought that Duskblade of Drakthar now. They're waiting for the next minion wave to come in. Meanwhile, UCO is doing everything that they can to try and clear this wave quick enough. Pi is alive. Pi has the ultimate coming up soon. And we could see a front-to-back team fight.
Oh, Duckwind wanting it. He goes in with the final hour and the tumbles trying to find the Poppy, but he is going to flash away. Dexler just getting away. Does not want any of that smoke from the Vayne. Now the side of UCO get the pressure around his mid lane. Going to be able to push that out. So no real contest here from the side of D&D. That top lane is getting pushed in by the super minions though, so somebody has to go take it out.
And UCO, you can see they're literally moving as a 4-man stack. You can barely tell which models are on top of which, but they know what they need to do to keep this Vayne alive, and it's get on top of her, just make sure that Thresh doesn't hit her by any means, make sure that she's taking as few Ezreal Qs as possible, and, you know, just hope that the rest of the team gets some gold while Vayne is actually at full build here. So Vayne, I wonder if she even has a potion already, but an Encore from Seraphine could kick this off. There are still 2 minutes to Elder Drake, 3 minutes to Baron, so the fight here is for this bot lane turret, the final inhibitor turret for D&D to take. And it looks like... Okay, Duckwind actually doesn't take that much damage thanks to the Guardian Angel, Bloodthirster Shield, and Ocean Drake. But
Not to mention you got that Seraphine with 2 items, he's healing you up there, so not feeling too bad for himself. But again, this Elder Dragon, about 1:40 on it just now. It's going to be up to the side of D&D to not give that one away, because if UCO Cattle Boys take it, they could just be running through the team fight there through that team fight if they do, or if they are able to get that Elder Dragon. But so far, D&D have lost some of the pressure that they had earlier in this game. Only 2,000 gold separates these teams, and at 40 minutes, it almost means nothing, as all the carries from both these teams are very, very strong, almost full builds. You see 4 items there on the Victor, 3 over there on the Syndra, and then both 80 carries almost at full build. The Vayne here being at full build, but the Ezreal not yet. But Hayabusa Taisho might be caught out again, make this possibly his 9th death, but Plethora on the backside getting knocked around by the 2 tanks. He's able to get away there on the side there, barely able to stay alive, has not gone down just yet. This is the front-to-back team fight that the side of the UCO Broncos wanted. Victor on the side, though, takes down Fonzo. Excuse me, that's going to be Duckwind killing down Hayabusa Taisho as well. 2 members are down from the side of D&D right now, and this Elder Dragon is spawning in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, both junglers are still up. 16 on Ignopius to 15 on Pi. So it does look like UCO, they have the control over this. They are clearing out the pit, making sure the Devils Never Die are going to be coming in on UCO's terms. We got to see what's going on here, because this Ocean Drake, 2 Ocean Drakes to 2 Ocean Drakes, so the passive healing will be a lot, but it is going to be cut down by this Morellonomicon on the side of Fonzo. He's doing a really good job because he also has blue buff, so he can just kind of throw these E's with impunity. Ignopius has a way into the pit.
Yeah, the Dragon is now being started up here by the side of the Broncos. They have that Elder Dragon in their sight. They want this objective. They want to be able to end the game with a big team fight so far. It is at 3,000 HP. We'll see if anything can happen. The steal not going to be there for the side of D&D. Sejuani does smite that away. Duckwind wants this fight, though. Gets the first one. Fonzo is going to go down as well. That's going to be 2 already for the Vayne. Shutdown goes over on the Victor. Hayabusa Taisho might just be the 3rd that Duckwind wants. Gets knocked away, but he finds it anyway. What just happened there? Duckwind popping off with that Elder Dragon in his pocket. Now only the 2 tanks from the side of D&D are alive. Could this be what UCO needs to end this game?
I think it is. You've got 30 seconds left on both of the carries for Devils Never Die. UCO, they're not taking any chances, though. They're going right for the Baron. They're going to shred this so freaking fast with this Vayne. And you just literally saw a Vayne with Elder Drake 1v4 and kill 3 people before Poppy ults her out. This man literally just ran them down, said, get over here, and it was death for D&D. Baron's going to go down in favor of UCO. The gold lead is 3,000 gold, but who gives a crap, because people are at full build now. Vayne, I'm sure, has so much more gold that it doesn't matter. But you've got a Vayne with full build. You've got a Seraphine with 3 items. That Moonstone is only being negated by the Thornmail, the Morellonomicon, and Ezreal has finally picked up an Executioner's Calling. I don't think it's going to be enough. There's so much healing on Vayne between the Bloodthirster and the Ocean Soul and the Seraphine. I mean, Devils Never Die is like scrambling here because they just realized that if they don't position well, if they just kind of try and run, their team's going to get run down by a Vayne. She gets move speed toward you. This is Horror Simulator, but with like a 35-year-old white woman instead of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger not gonna be the one, not gonna be the star of this one this time around. But overall, this has just been the most flip-floppy game I've seen this split in Black Cap. I going in there just trying to find something there, but the 2-shot barrage going over the top. That's just so much healing from the side of that Seraphine. She has 3 items, almost unstoppable here. They still do have that Elder Dragon for a little bit longer. Are they going to be able to look with anything for it? There's going to be Duckwind already finding the first. He's going to be able to look for more. He's trying to find something onto Fonzo. He's going to get his GA proc, so he's not going to go down just yet. Jazzman picks one back onto the thresh on the backside. Dexter just wants to make this happen. This could be the end. This is going to be the end from the side of the UCO Broncos. This game was the most flip-floppy I've seen in a while, vid. And now the UCO Broncos are barreling onto the Nexus Towers here. They want to end this game. They want this win. They want to make this scoreline tied up in the standings, and they're going to do it off the back of Dunkwind's 17-2 performance. This man popped off.
That is some ADC diff if I've ever seen it. Vayne at 17-2. Almost more kills than Devils Never Die had entirely. And they are going to tie up Devils Never Die in the standings, both teams at 2 and 3, and that's right where they need to be in order to fight for this 4th place spot. And now the head-to-head goes to the Chos.
Yeah, getting this win over D&D is just going to be what cements them a better spot in this playoff picture. And again, I just got to give credit to Duckwind. From the very beginning, when all the gold was funneled into him in those first few skirmishes, he was making it look good. Picking up 3 double kills back to back to back, making it look so easy down there on the bot side. And then UCO loses that big fight around the Baron. They're down 8,000 gold. And now they ended up the winners of this game. I was not expecting this at all, Vid.
Yeah, I mean, most people are willing to call that like a throw. I think maybe a little bit. It's like a th. It's just a th of throw. But like, I mean, you're 8,000 gold ahead, but it's just like the Pootie Tang Gang game. All of the gold was in the right place, and Vayne is like Kaisa but swingier. And I think Duckwind, I mean, he flipped the coin, it came up heads up, and he was able to absolutely run this game. And it lived or died by UCO there, and luckily Duckwind managed to get it back together by the end game and take this. With this team, of course, they were getting some kills by the end there, but great support system for Duckwind to just nail this coffin for D&D. But thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to finally get 3 games with you, especially such a banger for this one. I've been Vid, joined by Gundo, and as always, we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
We'll see y'all around.